What day is it? Friday? Is it Friday? Happy Friday! Friday, Friday, Friday. Hello, hello. My entire Twitter is all DC now. I talk about Smallville only a couple of times and suddenly everything is DC Comics. Stuff about Superman and Batman and all these things. Oh wait, resume. Also, the timer fixed itself. Hi everybody, how's your day going? Hello, hello. Sorry it took me a while. I had to go get my medication because I have a tendency just to forget it. And then they're like, oh, by the way, we closed your subscription, we closed your order or whatever. So now you can't pick it up without like going and getting it refilled. And I'm like, oh, okay, well. So I just did that. I went to go do that. Yeah, like it's not even necessarily about him. It's just about like, it's my entire thing is like Bat Family and Harley and Superman stuff. And I'm like, hell yeah. Though I haven't seen the movie still. I was going to watch it the other day, but Sean's not like big into superhero stuff. So I was going to watch it by myself before I have him watch it. Because he's just not into that. Oh, I'm sorry that your day's been disappointing. I took extra time to go get a coffee. I don't know. This feels like a low day. So sorry if my energy is lower than normal. But man, I'm excited. It's gonna be a good week. Today also starts the 1st September. Every 5 gifted subs should be guaranteed an additional sub from Valorant. So that's cool. Hi, Stuntman. Welcome. For a while, I retweeted an autumn photo and my feed became nothing but photography. Yeah, I used to follow a couple of people who did like Japanese photography. I think one of them is called like Akine Koko. And the pictures were so beautiful, but it just made my entire algorithm was just photography of Japan or like illustrations of Japan. Hi, Real John. How are you? Oh yeah, the plush is fully out and we got enough. You might be like, wait, I thought we got enough during the petition. We did, but then some people's didn't go through. So we had to get enough again, but we have enough. So it's getting made, and they will be shipping in January. They will be shipping in January, so now's your time to get one. There's only 3 weeks for you to get one, and then it will be gone forever. This is your once-in-a-lifetime chance to get this limited edition plushie. So, I bought, oh, I'm sorry. What's a fazzolis? A fazzolis? What's that? It feels so cool that like it plays now, just like it can randomly. Thank you for the lurk. I wanna there's an artist that I want to commission, but I don't know what I want to get drawn from her. So she draws a lot of DC stuff. So I'm like, wait, maybe I could have her draw me with like one of my favorite characters. Yeah, probably Beast Boy. I love Beast Boy. He's so cute. He's so cute. But they mostly draw like Superman and Batman, and then Sonic and Shadow. Oh my god, yeah, it's my original song. I woke up and I was so comfy. Oh, I was so comfy because it's not hot. It's not hot outside. It's not even sunny. It's overcast. It's completely overcast. Stop hating on the guys I like. Hi, Corner Lady. It's going pretty okay. I'm happy to be live now. Yeah, I took like extra time to drive a different way than I normally do to get home. Because sometimes you just need a change of scenery. Change of scenery can make a really big difference in your life. Even if it's only like a drive or only like for a minute, you know? Makes a big difference. I needed yesterday off though. I ended up getting a lot of chores done. I did a lot of laundry. I vacuumed. I swept. I packed up some boxes. Even though we're probably not moving until after the new year now. But hey, I'm going to be fully packed up by then. I have lots of stuff. I have some bags that I need to sell. I posted about them on Instagram, but maybe I should post about them on the Discord and be like, hey, anyone want these bags? They're cute bags and I barely use them. I just like, I think they could go to good homes, you know? Hi, Bailey. I know. I'm a big fan of like overcast, rainy, foggy weather. It's like what is the term? Mind blown. Oh my god, I can't believe that Rainy would enjoy rainy weather. Yeah, no, it's just really chill. I don't know. I prefer that type of weather, the kind of melancholy weather. Stop liking guys are so hateable. What? I don't know what you're talking about. I only like good guys. Also, oh my god. Oh my god. I was up watching Smallville last night and I cannot believe what is happening in season 3. Hi, Trickster. Welcome. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. So, okay. I don't think I got to tell you guys about how he went to a mental institution. He got committed into Bell Rev mental institution, Lex Luthor. And like it was bonkers. He tried to escape and oh my god, he was mistreated. I was just like, no, and then he got like electroshock therapy. It was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, most of today was normal, but Scalp was ruined. What is a shiny distribution of Pokemon? Scalpers are the fucking worst with literally everything. Like, I feel so bad if you're a Pokemon fan who buys actual Pokemon goods, like whether it's Pokemon items or Pokemon cards or whatever, like, because scalpers will always be there. It's the same for Ghibli stuff, actually. If there's like a Ghibli drop that's like specific. Yo, thank you! Thank you, Zane, for the 5 gifted and Valorant for the 2. Hell yeah! Thank you! Thank you, thank you. Okay, well, let me explain what happened. Let me explain what happened. Because, oh my gosh. Okay. So, I'm in season 3. I'm in like the middle of season 3, okay? And what ended up happening, let me see. I gotta think about, so I think I told you guys last time, but Lex Luthor, like, he had this girl, or this woman that he like, yeah, no, if there's like Japan specific stuff and there's like a place you can buy it, scalpers will just buy it all up and then put it on eBay for way more. It's really fricked. Scalpers are legit the fucking worst. It's like people who bought up like the housing market many years ago when they had money, and now they're like, they're not selling any properties. They're just renting them out at exorbitant prices. Like people like that suck ass. Like legitimately. They think about only themselves and their success and not everyone else, but whatever, I guess. Whatever, I guess. Thank you so much for the lurk. So Lex Luthor made a horrible mistake, okay? He was about to marry this girl named Helen when he could be marrying me. Like an in-world Rainy in there, you know? But he decided he wanted to marry this woman named Helen, who, like, at first she came off as kind of nice, but she was not. She was actually really awful and, like, destroyed Lex's trust and, so he ends up almost getting killed. Hi, Safe. He ends up being on a plane. His quote unquote wife, the woman who's supposed to love him or whatever, leaves him on the plane that's going down. He gets on an island and basically is there for like 3 months. He's there for 3 months, like dying. Like he has, he's going through like weird, delusions and like he thinks people are there that are not there and like he is having a hard time. There's not enough water, he doesn't have enough food, blah blah blah, okay, blah blah blah. So he eventually gets home and he's like, I'm good, I'm so fine. And his dad is like, no you're not, no you're very much not. And so one of the episodes starts and like Lex has decided to take down his father. He's like, you know what, daddy, you're a bitch, I'm taking you down. So he goes to this guy. His name is Morgan Edge. And Morgan Edge, I guess, was like besties with his dad, Lionel Luthor, when they were like kids. And I guess they exploded Lionel Luthor's parents' house with a bomb so that he could take the insurance money and split it between the two of them, and they could like start their rich billionaire lives, I guess, like, you know, get the money, invest it and stuff like that. These are like teenagers, by the way. So these teenagers kill the parents. Well, this stays a secret for years. Okay, this stays a secret for years. And Lex finds out that it might be true. So he goes to Morgan Edge, who is a super bad guy, like super, super bad guy. And he goes, I know you don't like my father either anymore. So just, thank you for the stretch. So just tell me what happened and I will take him down. Okay, I will take him down. I will take him down for you, okay? That's all you have to do is tell me. So he records with this guy the story of... He records with Morgan Edge the story of how he and Lionel Luthor placed a bomb in their house, destroyed their, like, it destroyed the complex, killed the parents, got the insurance money, split the insurance money, like legit just a bunch of illegal shit, right? A bunch of illegal stuff. And so Lex is like, yes, finally, I can take my father down. I can take over his legacy and Luthor Corp will be mine, right? So that I can make it better for people because that's what he wants. He, at this point in the story, is objectively a good guy. He is a good guy. So he's like, yeah, I want to be better for people. I want to be better for the world. And my father, I know, is a piece of shit. So we are going to end his reign and start the Lex Corp reign, you know? So... he gets this information and he puts it in a safe and he's like, okay, I'm going to take this to the cops soon, or the FBI or whatever. I don't remember where he's taking it. I'm going to take it to the people that can take him down. Awesome. Well, as he's putting in the safe, he closes the safe up. He goes to sit at his desk. And then all of a sudden this guy is like shooting him. Like, pew, 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 right? From up on this balcony that he had like slipped in on. So Lex is like, oh my God. And he like hits the deck and he calls in his, what's it called? His bodyguard. He's like, come in here, bodyguard. And the bodyguard gets shot and killed like immediately. Okay. I don't know how, but they are really good at sniping. So, but they can't hit Lex for some reason. That's kind of crazy, but they hit the security guard, one shot, pow, pow. So they take him out. Lex gets out of the room, only to find, like, running down the hallway that there's another guy in front of him. So he takes this, like, vase and he, like, throws it at him and, like, hits him in the chest. Bam! Right? Runs, like, turns around, runs the other way, finds another guy is about to shoot him. So he just goes, I don't know where to go. And he jumps out the window. Straight jumps through stained glass. Okay? He makes his way to Clark's house, also known as the future Superman, right? Clark Kent. Makes his way to his house and just like chills in his loft for like, I guess hours. I don't know. It was unexplained. But in the morning, Clark goes up to his loft and he sees Lex. He's like, what the heck are you doing in my house? Like, why are you here? And he's like, oh, Clark, you need to help me. There are people after me. I'm going to get killed. They are professionals. I don't know who sent them. I don't know if it's my father. I don't know if it's Morgan Edge. I don't know who it is, but we have to get the evidence and get this to the FBI so that I can be saved, right? And so Clark is like determined to help his friend who is very much looking straight up paranoid. And so Clark is like, okay, well, I'll go. You need this evidence, so I'll go get it. I will go get the evidence. Where is it? And Lex is like, no, you can't go. You're going to get hurt. And he's like, no, it's okay. I'll figure it out. I'll pretend like I'm just there to see you. Right? I'm not supposed to even know where you are. So I'm just going to go and pretend, right? I'm a really good actor. So he goes to the Luthor estate and he is like, Lex, where are you? Playing dumb and all that jazz, right? And he goes into the safe and there's nothing in the safe. Lex's desk is not broken. It was a glass desk and it got shot through. Everything looks normal. Everything looks fine. It does not look like there was a struggle. It does not look like there was any issue, right? And so he goes, he's about to leave, and this like other security guard, not the security guard from the night before, is like, "Hey, Clark, what you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, I was just here to see Lex." And he's like, "Well, it's really early in the morning, so like, why are you here? Lex isn't up." And he's like, "Oh, I don't know. I just thought he was here. He told me to meet him, but I'll come back later, right?" And he sees with his X-ray vision, I don't even remember how, that while everything looks normal, there's a piece of glass that is like out of place. Like it looks like the window was broken and fixed, repaired. So he grabs a piece of glass secretly and then leaves. What do you think of the show's take? I mean, he's not Superman yet, and I like that. I like that he's not Superman. I like that he's learning to be a superhero. I like it a lot. I think he's also like, Clark is kind of struggling with his feelings about people, his feelings about friends. I think it's a very good show myself. I personally like Lex's story much more because you get to like, I could go on and on and on about that, but I will in a minute. So, where was I? Oh, Clark takes this piece of glass to Lex, and Lex is like, yeah, he's not yet Superman. He is not. And I actually really like that. This show was meant to be, this is not a Superman show. This is him becoming the person that will one day become Superman, right? And it's like him going through these struggles, which is very cool. I think every character has a pretty interesting arc. I think Lex and Chloe is like probably the most interesting at the moment. Because sometimes Clark does shit that I'm like, you're stupid. Like, you're really, really stupid. I don't think, like, based on everything I've seen, it's weird that you're acting this way, but whatever. Whatever, right? So he goes back to Lex and he's like, okay, well, everything looked totally fine. And Lex is like, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm really not crazy. And he's like, I believe you. I believe that you're not crazy because here's a piece of glass. So it looked like the window was broken. So I think something has happened, right? I think they tried to cover it up or whatever. Hi, Ellie. Welcome in. And so, during this episode, they basically go on like little trips to try and find the information. Like Lex, throughout this episode, is trying to prove that he's not insano in the braino, that he is being truthful. And throughout the episode, you find out that he has been drugged. He has been drugged. They have been drugging his, what is it? His scotch. His, alcohol that he drinks like every single day to give him these like paranoid delusions or whatever. Okay. And so eventually they find this out, but they can't prove it. And Lex ends up getting taken to Bell Rev, which is basically like the Arkham Asylum of the Superman town. It's for like people who are villains with, you know, psychological problems or just people with psychological problems that they think need quote unquote fixing. So yeah, they drugged his drugs. So they were putting like Clark ends up finding out that they were drugging that. And actually, so at one point he goes back to the Luthor estate and he sees Darius. Darius is that first Darius is the security guard that quote unquote died the night that Lex was like escaping. And he sees this and he's like, there's no way. There's no way. Like Lex would not lie to me. He would not lie about this. He really cared about Darius. And he does. Like Lex cares. He really cares about the people that work for him. He makes sure they're paid well. He makes sure they have jobs. His dad has constantly tried to get rid of people's jobs and he's like fought to keep them. He's fought to be like, no, you cannot put these people out of work. Like that is not okay to do, right? He's objectively a good guy. All right. So anyway, the episode ends with Lana Lang I shouldn't laugh at this, but like there's a part where Lana gets stomped on by a horse like 5 times, but they make it so comical. It's like, you know that pose with the in Family Guy with like he's dead, and so it's like him laying over on his side and his arm and his leg is like messed up. They basically have Lana in a pose like that where her leg is like completely backwards and her arm is backwards, and I'm just like, this is too comical to be serious. Like, I know she's not actually her as the actress, but I think this is really funny. Because also, like, she didn't need to get hurt at all, but it's basically there in the story to like make her and Clark have like more tension between their relationship, not relationship thing that's going on. And it was like kind of Lex's fault because he was a little crazy because he was forced to be crazy. Anyway, ow. So he gets sent off to Bell Rev, and a month goes by, and Clark feels awful. Clark feels bad because he knows the truth. He knows that that Lex wasn't insane, that he was being drugged, that his dad is behind it all. Oh, also at one point in this episode, Clark has to use his powers in front of Lex, and Lex like knows. He like knows, but he doesn't tell anybody because Lex is a true bro, okay? Lex is a true bro, all right? So he doesn't tell anybody. He doesn't tell anybody about it, okay? So a month goes by where Lex is in Bell Rev, just basically being, you know, in the Arkham Asylum of Superman world. He is being given medicine every day to like keep him drugged. Oh, by the way, you find out that like his dad, Morgan Edge, wanted to just straight up kill him. Like just kill him. Lionel wanted to put him in Bell Rev and then somehow get him to have like his memories wiped because he didn't want to kill his son, which like I get, like you don't want to kill your son, but you also don't want your son to like go against you. So you rather him be like locked up or a freaking vegetable. Like that's what Lionel was okay with, you know? Yeah, that tracks with the what I recall of advertised for the show way back when it made Smallville look too soap opera to convince my tweenie brain to give it a chance. So that's the thing. I love how campy it is because it's funny to me. So like I watched Lana get stomped. I'm like, I know that I'm supposed to feel bad for her, but I don't feel bad for her. He grows up to try and kill him every day. Hey, we're on a journey, Zane. We're on a journey to find out how this happens, okay? So it shows Lex Luthor that he is given his medicine. It's like they're letting like these people, by the way, imagine that you're just letting everyone who has psychological problems just walk around free. I'm talking not just people who have like mental illness, like depression or bipolar disorder. I'm talking about actual serial murderers. They're just letting them walk around free in this prison sanatorium thing, which I think is kind of crazy. That they're all just allowed to walk around like it's fine. I don't know. And so I'm more watching it because I like Lex and Chloe. They are so compelling to me that I'm like, it's worth watching. But when it's a Lana focused episode, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bored. I'm like, okay, I get it. She's gonna be in danger. Clark is gonna save her. She's gonna be like, why don't you fully trust me to tell me what's wrong? And he's like, I can't, but I love you. And she's like, well, I love you too, but like we can't be together if you're not gonna be honest. I'm just like, give me more Lex and Chloe. I don't want them. I want Lex and Chloe. I don't want Lana. So, anyway. You see Lex being given this medication, then he leaves, he drinks it in front of the nurse lady, goes to sit down, and he starts painting, and there's like a yellow cup, a red cup, and a blue cup. He goes and drops the medicine into the paint and then keeps painting. So it's just showing you he is not taking his medication, okay? But he's no longer being drugged, so he's like a little more sane, I think, but still not so sane. No, you don't. She's really boring. You don't want Lana. No, you don't. I know what you want, and that ain't it. Hi, Wolfie, welcome. And so Clark comes in and Lex is so excited to see Clark. He's like, oh my God, I thought I'd never see you again. And Clark is like, I've been trying to come see you for like a month, but they kept telling me that you couldn't have visitors. And so he's like, Clark, I know your secret. And then immediately Clark is like, what? What do you mean you know my secret? He's like, wait, but I haven't told anybody. I won't tell anybody, but you can get me out of here. You can help me. You can save me, you know? You can help me. And Clark is like, I cannot help you. I cannot help you with getting out of here. Because if I was to do that, I would be showing everybody my powers. And I can't. And also, I can't just break you out because then they're going to come get you. And so Lex is like, what are you talking about? You're my only hope. How else am I going to get out? And he's like, I'm sorry. I'll try and figure out some other way, but I cannot brute force this, basically, right? He's being actually quite open with Lex. Lex has a freak out, a total crash out. It's like, get away from me! Stay away from me, liar! I never want to see you again! Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God. So Clark feels even more awful, not only because Lex got sent there in the first place, but also because he can't save him. He cannot get him out of there. He has to figure out some way. So he and Chloe are like, you know what? We're gonna figure out some way to take down his father. I don't remember what they do for the rest of the episode because I was kind of more focused on Lex, but my Oshi tells me what I want and what I don't want. I'm living my best NPC life. I just know that you probably don't want Lana because she's boring. She's boring. The actress is pretty cool, but she herself is boring, in my opinion. They just didn't write her very well. Also, Pete Ross, who is like supposedly Clark's best friend, is also not written very well. Lex is not terrible. He is in an institution that he should not be in. He was drugged by his own father. He has been unable to trust literally anyone up until this point. Even Clark often turns his back on Lex. Even though Lex has never, ever turned his back on Clark. Ever. Ever. He always helps him. So, he wanted Clark to basically break through a wall and take him out. He wanted him to just get him out of there, right? But he didn't tell anybody about Clark's powers. He just wanted Clark to assist him in leaving the sanatorium. So because of this, Clark is told to leave. He does not deserve it. Bro does not deserve this. He even had 2 wives. The first wife he ever got basically was using this like weird hypnotizing kiss. So every time she kissed him, he'd do everything she wanted. She convinced him to marry her, not sign a prenup, and then tried to like keep all of his money after trying to kill him. Like, he has been shown to not be able to trust anybody, whereas Clark has so many people he can trust. Okay? Same for Chloe. Chloe is so freaking loyal. The most loyal people in this entire show is Clark and Lex. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Hi, Katie. So Lex decides, thank you for the lyric, I'm going to take it into my own hands. I'm going to get out of here by myself. So that night, one of the orderlies comes in and is basically treating him like shit. He's like, get up, here, take your medicine. And so Lex takes a pencil, stabs the heck out of his leg, and like uses his key card to escape. Eventually, he gets outside and he is running to the fence and he's climbing up the fence and he grabs the top of the fence, obviously has like wire, like what is it? The spiky wire? Spiky cactus wire? Hard wire? It's not electrical, but it's like really spiky. Trap wire? Barbed wire. So there's barbed wire on it. So he's like climbing up the fence and he grabs the barbed wire because that's all he has to get over. And he starts screaming. And then these guys come up behind him with their cars and they freaking, tase him. They tase him and he passes out and he falls onto the ground. Straight up passes out, man. And he wakes up in his room again, but this time he has like a giant fry cage on top of him. Like he looks like McDonald's fries. Hold on. Let me see if I can show you. Cause it's actually pretty funny. He can have a crash out as a treat. He deserves it. Okay, that's like one thing on Lex. Like, bro, even if Clark did what you asked and broke you out, even if it was secretly in the middle of the night, I know. That's what I mean. That's why Lex was like, or Clark was like, I can't help you with this. I wish that I could, but I can't. Like, it's not that Clark didn't want to help him, but he couldn't. But again, you have to realize that Lex is not thinking fully. Hi, Chill. Lex is not thinking fully, okay? Because he has been treated like he's insane, and he is going through psychological problems. You find out that he has trauma from when his little brother died. You find out that he has trauma from when his mom died. Like, he may not have been insane, that his dad was trying to like stage this like he's crazy, but he is having mental issues. He is struggling. So like he's not thinking clearly. Let me see. Don't look at me, don't look at me, I'm much too dumb. Let me see. It does make me wonder though, what is the difference between turning your back on someone, establishing boundaries, or the sake of one's mental health? See, that's the thing. Clark, let's say that he hears something. This is one thing about Clark that I really don't like. He always assumes the worst of everyone else. So example, there's an episode I watched where he finally gets his like, I don't know, ultra hearing, and he overhears Chloe talking to Lionel Luthor because Lionel Luthor has basically blackmailed her into working for him, trying to get information on Clark. Basically saying that like, oh, if you decide to go against me, I am going to ruin your chances of ever working at the Daily Planet, which is what her dream is, and I'm gonna fire your dad. And so you're not gonna have any money either. He's gonna have to get a different job. So she is, by the way, she's 16. So this is like a 40-year-old man or 50-year-old man blackmailing a 16-year-old. Well, Clark overhears this conversation and immediately thinks that Chloe is like fully in cahoots, like doing this without, like not against her will, right? So he eventually talks to her and he goes, oh, so you're just gonna look into me and my family, Chloe? I thought we talked about this. She's like, what are you talking about? Lionel, and she tries to explain that like she's being blackmailed and he does not listen to her. The same thing has happened to Lex, where Clark assumes Lex is doing something bad, but every time it's not Lex, it's Lionel. It's Lex's father who is doing the bad thing. But Clark always assumes the worst of everyone around him. He assumes that Lana is, well, he actually doesn't assume too much about bad things about Lana, but he assumes the worst of Lex. He assumes the worst of Chloe. He assumes the worst of his friend Pete. If it's not his mom, his dad, or Lana, he just assumes they are doing bad things. Like they are out to get him. If he hears even the smallest little bit, he doesn't go to them and say, hey, I know we've been friends for a long time. Can you tell me what's going on? He immediately goes to them with like aggression. Thank you, Phoenix, for the follow. Welcome in. Also, hi, Pale. Whereas when Lex has thought that Clark might be doing something behind his back, he just goes and talks to him. He just straight up asks him, what's going on? Can I know the full situation? Clark just goes, I must already know the full situation. And he just turns it against everybody. Okay, but the actual conversation was her being like, I'm not helping you. I don't want to do this anymore. Like it was clear that she did not want to be a part of this. And all he had to do was think for just one moment, oh, who's usually behind all the bad shit? Lionel. Imagine you have two best friends that have always been there for you, and you hear that maybe just maybe someone said, one of them said something shitty about you. Instead of going and asking them if it's true, you just believe the rumor and you break off your friendship. That's what happens with Clark at every turn. It's so frustrating. But Lex doesn't do that. And Chloe doesn't really do that. She has actually been so loyal to him. But let me show you the fry basket. Let me see. Here it is. Okay. I think you guys will be able to see it. So he's basically in this little fry basket. Going back to that episode I was talking about where he's in the asylum. Oh wait, you can't see it. Hold on. I can take a screenshot. Oh gosh darn it, won't let me take one. It's fine. Hold on. There. There. Oh gosh darn it, it won't let me even show you. Oh, I know why. It's because I have hardware acceleration on. How can I do this? I'm trying to just show you a screen. Wait, maybe I can do this. Show me. Here it is. Okay, here. Because Hulu won't actually let me show you, but this will. Give me pictures of him in his little fry basket. Okay, here. So because he tried to escape, right? He gets put back in his room. This is his room, by the way. And he gets strapped in by his feet and his arms, and he gets put in this little fry basket so he can't escape, you know? So they put him in there, and then his dad, Lionel, comes to visit him, and he's like, Lex, you escaping made it so that you can't come home. He's like guilt tripping him. He was not about to help him. He was going to let him rot in this place. But he guilt trips him hardcore. He goes, because you escaped, you got rid of my, all of the efforts I was doing to try and get you to come home, you know? And Lex is like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, I was going to let you come home, but now I'm not going to. You have to stay here. And so Lionel decides that he is going to tell Lex's psychiatrist to use electroshock therapy. And the psychiatrist is like, hey, that has a really low success rate. And usually if it does work, they're like forever change. And if it doesn't work, they become a vegetable. Like straight up. Like he will be on life support his whole life. And Lionel is like, I don't care. Do it. Just straight up do it. And I'm like, oh my God, what a horrible father. I'm talking about it. Hi, Kawa. You got to keep things drama somehow. Otherwise, you would have to kick the show into it. I know, but it's like, I wish communication errors were not. I just find that when you have a character who, for some reason, is choosing not to communicate, even though they have every example, every reason to want to communicate with this other character, that's frustrating. If, of course, like the relationship isn't really strong, that's fine. Like, I love it. I love this show. Don't get me wrong. I love how much of a mess it is. But sometimes I'm watching an episode, I'm like, this could have all been avoided. Like, this could have all been avoided, dude. So, after that, he tells him, I want him to forget. He basically wants Lex to not remember anything about how Lionel killed his parents, Lex's grandparents. Okay. So he gets put on this chart for, what's it called? Zappy. Zap. He's about to be put on that. So you know what? What a bro. Clark decides to come save him. He decides to actually do what Lex wanted in the first place. He sneaks in at night because he finds out that he's about to be like electroshocked, and he's like, we cannot let that happen, Chloe. We cannot let that happen. We have to go save him. So they go. Chloe doesn't know that Clark has powers, so he's like, I will go tonight. And she's like, well, I'll go with you. And he's like, no, I'll just go by myself, right? Totally not explaining for like the bazillionth time that he has powers. She just trusts him that it's going to work out. So he zips his way over there, zip zap zops his way into the facility, is about to save Lex, about to pull off the fry basket. He like pulls it off. And then this side story happens because there are people in this prison, sanatorium, psychiatric place that Clark had sent there. They had powers from like the meteor rocks, and basically they want revenge on Clark. So they decide to seek revenge. They get some kryptonite and they are about to fuck up Clark Kent, right? And kill him and escape. And yeah. So while Clark is being basically kryptonited and then pulled down into like the basement to be dealt with, Lex is like, no, I'll save you, Clark. Like he's trying, even though he is having his own stuff. And you know what? When Clark first got here, he looked at him and he said, I knew you'd come for me. Like even when he was having his crash out about not being saved earlier, he still had faith that Clark was going to come for him. Sometimes you say things in a bit of passion. And he, of course, said something he did not mean. And he was like, I believed that you would come for me. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Right? My favorite characters are Lex Luthor and Chloe Sullivan. And so, heck yeah, I might not ever get around to watching this show firsthand, but I'm enjoying how you're turning this shaky ready into a valuable teaching moment. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like communication problems. I understand that having communication issues is what can drive a show. But I think when that's the only reason that you ever have movement that is bad writing. I think there are ways that you can do it. Thank you, Kala. I hope you're having a good day. Hi, buddy. Buddy Badger. So he still believed in him. Lex is out here. Lex is out here still believing that his best friend is going to come through for him, right? And he could have told anybody about Clark's powers, and he hasn't. He is a true bro, all right? Also, throughout the entire show, Clark's dad, Jonathan Kent, has been a total asshole to Lex, even though Lex has done nothing but try and help them keep their farm, help Clark not be in trouble, help Jonathan or Martha, which is Clark's mom and dad, from having to struggle so much, you know? Communication issues are human, but after a certain point, exactly. Like, I don't mind when communication is the problem, but when it's the only problem, then I'm like, really? Could you not think of any other reason? Because there are so many times when I'm like, if the character who is talking to this other character literally just told them the truth right now, which they have no reason not to, based on all that I've seen, they have every reason to trust this individual. So why are they not telling them what happened? Did you ever think they have a bad gut feeling? I mean, they have. And in the beginning, I think that's fine because Lex kind of was looking into Clark. That makes sense. But it's been like 2.5, 3 years now by where I am in the show. And Jonathan still treats Lex like he's an outsider, even though he's been like best friends with Clark for a while and he has not shown to do anything to hurt them. And actually has been one of the few people that has told his dad, has told other people, leave the Kents alone. I like them. They feel like family to me, like actual family. I don't want you hurting them. I don't want you getting in their business. I want them to be left alone. He has been defending them at every turn, not asking for really anything in return. He even was like understanding that Jonathan doesn't like him. He's like, I hope one day, you know, he can see me as more than just the Luthor name because I am really trying. And that's what's frustrating because Lex is doing everything. Okay. Like 99% of the things correctly. It's not an act. Also been noticing how more and more shows that are being geared towards kids and families are emphasizing the importance of taking initiative and resolving. Yes, which is really nice. Yes. 100% true, Katie. Definitely known parents that despise their kid's best friend despite having no reason to. Yeah, like I don't mind that he has this issue, especially because Jonathan Kent has a bad, he has like a bad, what's it called? He was mistreated by Lionel Luthor. So like, I understand his hatred of the Luthors. I get it. I totally get it. But he is pushing Lex to become the villain that we know one day he will become by treating him like he is already the villain, you know? So, where was I? Oh, so while Clark is dealing with these like super mutant bad guys, Lex gets taken to go get his shock therapy. Oh, by the way, Lionel had his psychiatrist fucking murdered. So Clark and earlier in the show, earlier in the episode, after Lionel had talked with the psychiatrist and basically been like, zap him, zap away all his brains. I don't care. The psychiatrist felt wrong, like this was wrong, right? So, she gets talked to by Clark and Chloe, and they're like, you can't do this. You cannot do this. Like, you know it's not right. So Lionel just has her killed, and she's gone. So he gets a different doctor to basically say that he'll zap Lex into submission. So he gets wrapped up in this little cloth and pulled to go get zapped. He gets put in this weird, like, do I have a picture? Hold on, let me see if I have a picture. He gets put in this weird, like, zappy suit. Let me see. Is there a picture? There is not a picture. Okay, I don't have a picture. He basically gets put in this, like, I don't know, this thing that goes around his chin, and he gets this thing put in his mouth so that he's not going to bite himself, you know, type biz. And he is about to get zapped, and then something happens downstairs where the power goes out. So right when he is supposed to get zapped, it turns off, and he's so relieved. He's like, oh my God, yay. And Lionel and the psychiatrist are like, what's going on? Like, what's happening, right? Because he had already pushed the button. He had literally pushed it to go on, and it had turned off. And so they were like, that's weird. So the thing is sitting at, like, zap or whatever. So eventually, Lex fighting these two mutants causes the power to come back on, and he gets zapped to shit. He is like, it's awful. And so then, like, the psychiatrist turns it off, and, like, he looks, like, Lex still looks like he's awake. And so his dad just goes, do it again. Do it again. And the guy is like, wait, I don't think we should do that because, like, the equipment's being really weird. Like, I don't think we should be doing this. Maybe we should stop. And his dad goes, no, do it again. Do it now. And so he zaps him again, and he passes out. Straight up passes out. And so Clark, having been downstairs, is now like, okay, I gotta go save Lex. I have to find out where he is. So he zips his way up, only to find out that it's already over, that he's already been zapped. And he feels awful. He could not save his best friend from his father's clutches, okay? Which is bonkers. So he goes home, like, there's nothing he can do. He goes home, and he just feels like ass. And he talks to his mom and dad, and his dad is kind of just like, I mean, whatever. His mom is like, oh, this is awful. His dad's just like, that's a Luthor thing. We don't have to worry about that. And I'm just like, oh my God, do you not care about human rights? Jonathan! Imagine if George Lucas did with Vader what Smallville Rise did with Lex, knowing that he would be, yeah, I know, would have been great. I think Dave did a good job detailing that in the TCW animated series. No, he got zapped more than enough. He should never have been zapped. Imagine that somebody in your life just wanted you not to remember that they're a shitty person, so they zapped the fuck out of your brain so that you can't remember. So the next day, or like a week later, Clark goes to visit Lex because now he's back at home. Lionel has brought him home, and he doesn't remember anything. And Clark comes up and he's like, hi, Lex, how you doing? And he's just like, oh, I'm doing a lot better, actually. And he's like, I'm so sorry. I heard that, like, you came to visit me and I wasn't very kind to you. I'm very sorry. And they have a small talk. And as Clark is about to leave, Lex goes, you know, I don't remember a lot of things, but there's one thing I'll always remember. And you're like expecting him to be like, you have powers. And he goes, how much your friendship means to me. And I'm like, ah! Ah! Lex cares so much about Clark. He sees him as a true friend. Ah! I wish that Clark could just trust him. I wish Clark could just trust him to tell him a secret. Ah! So I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I feel so bad at all times for Lex. Because he has the hardest life. And I don't think people realize that. Oh my God. Yeah, no, the Jonathan Kent of Smallville is not the worst. Definitely not the worst, but this makes me sad that it's not an actor. No, Jonathan. Well, okay, John, Jon is Superman's son in the future, but Jonathan, the full name of Jonathan Kent is Superman's adoptive father. I think he named him after Jonathan Kent, the original. Yeah. Hi, Mickey. Yeah, I think Martha was written pretty well, you know? Hi, how are you? Let me see. Can I zap the hell out of my brain so I can re-experience things for the first time? I mean, I guess, but you might also become a veggie in a bed on life support. I'm still mad about how badly written Jonathan was in the Man of Steel. I don't think I've ever seen Man of Steel. You're letting a fictional character hoodwink you. What are you talking about? He's not hoodwinking me. I love him. They took the name toner. Yeah. I actually I've been wanting to actually go through and read the Super Sons, which is like John Kent and Damian Wayne. And I'm just like, because I had read like a couple of comics of them. I was like, I think it's so cute that they're just besties. Bestie friends, you know? I like stories about friendship a lot. Makes me happy. But mm, mm. I need more ice for my drink. I'll be right back. Also, we're in an ad break, so I will return. I've heard Blueprints is pretty good. Be right back. I'm back. Only read 5 or so issues. Likewise, not every rich person is corrupt to the core. A lot of them are, sure, but a lot of the problems are the real life things resolved. See, that's the thing. One thing Smallville does extremely well is that they show the core differences between Clark's upbringing and how like kind it was and how truthful, how trusting it was and how caring his Martha and Jonathan were for Clark. And they show how untrustworthy, how I don't know, like Lex's childhood was basically just you suck until you're like me, the father, right? You cause problems for everyone else. He couldn't trust his own father. He could only trust his mother, and she passed away when he was young. He was supposed to have a brother, and I guess based on some things, it sounds like maybe he accidentally killed his little brother, which has caused him a lot of trauma. So I'm kind of hoping we learn more about that. And it's just like, damn. He didn't have anyone to comfort him or be kind to him. He was born into a very difficult family and a very difficult world. And unlike Clark, who has friends and support, he was made fun of at school a lot. Even though he had a lot of money, he had a very difficult life and childhood and continues to have a difficult adulthood with being not trusted because of his Luthor name. So it's like, there's a chance he could have ended up in completely differently had his friends trusted him or even took him out from underneath Lionel Luthor's like clutches. Thank you for the water. So and at every even though like sometimes I would say Chloe and Lex they're getting closer in season 3. He considers Chloe a good friend. He considers Lana a good friend. He considers Clark a good friend. Not Pete. Pete fucking hates him. Pete's kind of a little asshole. He is shown to... He's like a bro sometimes, and then I just think he's not very well written. I have nothing against the characters as the characters. They are, like, I don't know how they're different in the comics, but I don't think that Lana was very well written for Smallville, and I don't think that... Pete was very well written. Actually, eventually, I think he gets written out because they didn't know what to do with his story. And I think it's just because they didn't give him a consistency. Because sometimes he's a really good friend and sometimes he's really, really shitty. And I'm like, there's like no middle ground for him. It feels very not grounded. But anyways, Lex is always like trying to protect his friends. And there were times where he was being like, what's the right word? Interrogated or like threatened, and he was like, I'm not going to talk about my friends. I'm not going to put them in danger just to give you what you want. Even when some of them, like Clark, would maybe quickly turn on him at some points, right? Depending on what it is. He has always defended his friends and his, the people closest to him that he believes are closest to him. So it is not an act. I think he is being truthful. So like an average of 50 hours. That's actually really long. I did not know that. Oh shoot. Hella got a Western inspired outfit from Marvel Rivals. Yeah. She's like a debutante. I actually haven't played in a while. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Boshi. How are you? I already have 30 hours in. And yet Lex upbringing managed to be the worst in the comics. I believe that. Comics are always like, sometimes people are like, animation is so bad, like, it's so bloody and so awful. I'm like, have you read comics? Comics were like originally made, here's some history of comics. Comics were made as a way to tell the stories that animation was not able to tell because there were so many restrictions on what you could and could not animate. And like indie animation just wasn't really a thing. Like back in the day, like you could make comics and comics were not restricted for the longest time. Comics were not restricted. Then there was like this big thing, I think in like the 50s or 60s, where comics were heavily restricted. They were like, no, you can't do this. You can't do that. And so they made like, it was like Yeah, no, the history of comics is actually really interesting. Kind of like with alcohol and the like dry times where like the government was like, you can't have alcohol, blah 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 blah. They tried to regulate comics as well, and it became really difficult. And so people were trying to find ways around it, they made zines instead. They were like, well, these aren't comics, they're zines, to try and get around the comics code, basically, that people were putting on them. Because they were like, oh, comics are too violent. They're making the kids violent. And it's like, I grew up watching Powerpuff Girls, but I don't solve all my issues by punching someone in the fucking face. Like, it's not that. Yeah, loyalty. I like loyal characters. I myself am a loyal person, I would say. And so whenever there's a character that's like that, I'm like, man, I relate. Prohibition, thank you. I was like, I can't remember the word. That's okay. I thought of you the other day, Miki. Why was it? Oh, because I was watching Adventure Time. And there's an episode in Adventure Time where it's basically like that game, Chance of Sonar. Like the ending of that game where they're all in VR headsets. And I was like, oh my God, it's like that game that Mickey got me. The reasons for prohibition and the CCA are interesting. The former is far more defensible. Yeah, like I understand needing restrictions on some things. I get that. And like trying to figure out what a good balance is, but don't know, man. Don't know. The whoop-ass girls. Did you guys know that originally it was called the whoop-ass girls? That's what it was supposed to be called. And Cartoon Network's like, we love the show. You have to change the name. We cannot call it the whoop-ass girls. So. Yeah. Yep, they were in fact called the whoop-ass girls. That's the Powerpuff Girls. Craig McCracken made the Powerpuff Girls, or sorry, the whoop-ass girls, specifically when so Powerpuff works better for TV, but the whoop-ass girls was originally an animation that he made, an independent animation for his school. It was like his project, and so he it's very good. So he pitched it to Cartoon Network and they made some changes and it became the Powerpuff Girls that we know today. But I think that's really cool, I think it's cool that I also just love everything Craig McCracken's worked on. If you guys don't know what he's worked on, he worked on Flapjack, The Misadventures of Flapjack, Powerpuff Girls, Home for Imaginary Friends. What else? Many, many things. He's good friends with Gendy Tarkovsky, like a lot of old like OG. When I think of OG Cartoon Network animations, those are some of the people that work on it, is like all those guys. So cool. I don't remember. Yeah, he was part of the CN Golden Age. He was. I watched this documentary on him actually where he was talking about like the Powerpuff Girls and like how they worked on it and everything. And it was just really cool to I love behind the scenes stuff. I wish more things did it. Like behind the scenes used to be, something people enjoyed. And now I feel like it's very uncommon. But I like finding out how things were made, like hearing the reasons why people made decisions. It's actually why, like, I'm really happy with the Knights of Guinevere stuff. A lot of the people who worked on it have been talking about the parts they worked on, like the animators, not any of the story. Obviously, we're not going to get any of that until new episodes come out. But in terms of like why they decided to design things in certain ways, I've seen posts about that, and it's very cool. I like it. Powerpuff Girls has a huge special place in my heart because of how much it's stressed the point that girls can stand up for themselves, band together, and change the world for the better. Yeah, it was my favorite show as a kid. It was like you know how every kid has a show? For my brothers, it was like Ben 10. For me, it was Powerpuff Girls. So like I had the toothbrush, I had the backpack, I had the shoes, I had the shirts. I had everything Powerpuff Girls that I could possibly have because I loved them so much. I would always watch them when they were on TV. My favorite girls, you know? Reminds me, I keep forgetting to watch that. To watch what? Ben 10? Because it's great. My show was Gurren Lagann. Was that on TV? I guess maybe you grew up in an age where you were online more than cable. Because I grew up with cable. Like I mentioned last time, we had a computer room and I couldn't be on it all the time. I didn't get to be on it all the time. Ben 10, not gonna lie. My brothers were very big into Ben 10. Very, very big. And Bakugan. Oh my gosh. Bakugan, man. Yeah, I watched a lot of like Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Lab, The Misadventures of Flapjack, Chowder, Teen Titans, and Codename Kids Next Door were big ones for me too. I was very focused on cartoons. Oh yeah, and SpongeBob. OG SpongeBob, man. Good stuff, good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff. I saw Gurren Lagann towards my time in high school, so definitely was on the internet more. Did you have no show that you liked when you were like younger, like before high school? Because like high school, I really liked Katekyo Man Hitman Reborn. Katekyo Hitman Reborn was like really big for me. Oh yeah, and like Fairly Odd Parents was like one of my faves when I was a kid. I liked Code Lyoko a lot. There's one episode I remember so vividly, and it's like where they're having power problems, and they're like, "Oh my god, if the power turns off, we're gonna be stuck in here forever." And they obviously it gets figured out, but oh, and Witch. Oh my god, I loved Witch. Hi, Quincy. Watched a lot of Adventure Time regular show. Gumball's really good, but I didn't really watch a lot of it until probably high school, maybe. No, after. Maybe? I don't remember. I really liked it from the beginning. Ed Nettie is okay. That was also one of mine. A lot of people found it weird, so I didn't talk to many people about that one because they were like, Ed Nettie's a weird show. That's for weirdos. I'm like, okay, well, I like it. I watched a little bit of Winx Club, but I was a Witch girl, more so than Winx. But I thought Winx had cute designs. Thank you, Goal, for the follow. Welcome in. Hi, Danny. Also, I enjoyed Digimon a lot. Digimon Frontier was my favorite out of all of them. iCarly was on Disney Channel. It's a Disney show. Isn't it? Pretty sure that's a Disney show. Pretty sure that was never on Nickelodeon. Or maybe it was? No, it is Nickelodeon. Wait, like with Drake and Josh. Right? Yeah. Wait, what am I thinking of? What was on? Oh, I was thinking of The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I was thinking of The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I was like, wait a minute, what? I was thinking of The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. That's right. I always liked Sam in iCarly. Sam was my favorite. I recently watched a documentary, like, okay, not a documentary. It was like someone's deep dive into the world of iCarly, Miranda Cosgrove, and Janet McCurdy, and how just different their lives were. Like, that was so crazy. I thought that the ending was... I love I really love Frontier. That is my favorite. Of all Digimon, that is my favorite. And I very rarely hear people say that. But it is my favorite, like, objectively. Like, obviously, I like a lot of Digimon, but that one was my favorite, like, period. That was it. That was the one. The opening was a banger, and I loved that, like, they turned into their Digimon. I thought that was so cool. Yeah, wait, Lynn, was it one where they were talking about, like, Miranda Cosgrove's life and how she grew up and how, like, her parents wanted to keep things normal, and then Janet McCurdy had, like, they showed her home life, and they were like, oh, well, her mom was, like, pushing her into this, and it was, like, a really good deep dive, actually, that talked about, like, their entire time as kids throughout the show, after the show, and then now as adults. I liked the original Beyblade. I liked the original Beyblade a lot. Yeah, it was a really good video. I'm glad my mom died. Yeah. I actually have always really liked Janet McCurdy, and I loved her character Sam a ton. Actually, I kind of like, I liked Sam more because I was like, I feel like a kinship with Sam. But Mystery Incorporated, which one is the Scooby-Doo season where it's like, What's New Scooby? Oh, I think it's What's New Scooby-Doo. I think that's the title. I'm pretty sure that's the title. Is What's New Scooby-Doo. The one that has the banger opening. What's New Scooby-Doo? I'm coming after you. We're gonna solve that mystery. See a Scooby-Doo. That one. I love that one. That season, banger. Banger season. Fusion? Digimon. I did like Fusion. I think what is Cross Wars? Is that not the same? Oh, it is. Okay. So I watched it in Japanese, so I thought it was called Digimon Cross Wars. But yeah, Digimon Fusion. Oh, Bowling for Soup. I didn't remember the people. I was just like, whoever the people who made it, good song. Welcome, Raiders. Hello, my name is Rainy. I'm your local magical girl. How was Clover Pit? Thanks for coming in. I mean, we only have an hour, so don't know. Problem is, I don't have a lot of games that are only an hour, so that I know of, but I was big into Yu-Gi-Oh! Too. Thank you so much for the raid, by the way. I'm happy you wanted to stop in. You have added to our timer, so I appreciate you adding a bit of time. What exactly is it? Tell me about it. Thank you for wanting to bring your community here. We'll take good care of anyone who wants to stick around, but if you have to go, that is also okay. But, that would have been based. Hi, Cliff. Welcome. Yeah, I had a difficult time connecting with people as a kid because I watched a lot of cartoons at an age where they were like, kids your age are not supposed to be watching cartoons anymore. And I'm like, okay, well, you guys must hate fun, I guess. Yo, thank you for the 5 gifted subs and Valorant for the 3. Thank you. Thank you for the total of 8. Let's go. Thank you, Masa. Hell yeah. Thank you. Damn. Valorant's been giving out more than just 1. That's awesome. Last time it was 2. It's like a gambling roguelike with a slot machine. Wait, that was delayed. Oh, wait. Fuck, what noise? Yeah, no, as a kid, it was weird. Like, I liked a lot of anime. I liked a lot of cartoons. And, like, no one else really did. Okay, there were people that did, but they kept it on the down low. Like, Inuyasha is my favorite anime of all time. And I remember there was this boy. Thank you! Thank you, anime, for the 5 gifted subs and Valorant for the 1. Thank you! Thank you for adding to our timer. Welcome in. How are you? We, there was this kid. Oh, thank you for a level 4 hype train. Let's go. So Inuyasha was my favorite anime, like, ever when I was a kid. And the movies had just come out. And there was this boy in my class that I don't remember how I found out. I don't know if he talked to me or if I saw something. But he was like, oh, I like Inuyasha too. So he let me borrow his copy of the movie, but he told me not to tell anybody. He was very much like, you cannot tell anybody. that I like this stuff. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But people would act like it was. Thank you for the 100 biddies. You are helping.
I'm helping KDW6 smile.
Every biddy helps a lot. Thank you for the 100 biddies. See, that's the thing. Anime was never cool until it was. That's the thing. Yo, Twin Triple Under! Thank you for the Prime Gaming and 8 months of support. Welcome in. I hope you're having a good day. So like I would watch a lot of anime on YouTube. I would talk about it. So every computer when I was a kid, every computer that you logged into at a school, you would log into your own and you could change the background. I had Chi from Chobits on every computer that I ever was on at school, but each one has a different background. So each one was a different, lovely, beautiful wallpaper of Chi. Like when I was in high school, it was like more acceptable. But like when I was in middle school and before that, it was like social suicide to talk about that. But I did it anyway. I did that shit anyway. I talked about the cartoons I liked. I could have talked about anime. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. My name is Rainy. I'm your local magical girl. How was Wizardrum? Hello. Hello. Thanks for coming in. I know. People were like real weird. About liking stuff that was quote unquote for kids, you know? So yeah, welcome. Hi, my name is Radius. Nice to meet you. I hope you had a good stream. But I never like stopped that. Like it never stopped me from talking about things that I liked, but I just didn't have a lot of friends. There was this other girl, her name was Summer. I remember because I kind of had a crush on her. She was really cute. Yo, Mako, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I thought she was kind of cute. And so she let me borrow her, copy of, oh gosh, what is it? Full Metal Alchemist, the Full Metal Alchemist game. And I played that game. I don't even think I got to finish it, but like, it was a good game. But she, again, was like, don't really tell anybody. Like, keep it on the down low. I don't think, like, if you enjoyed My Little Pony, you deserved hate. But I think that, like, the people who are being weird and creepy, they deserve to be looked at as sus. That's, like, no. But, like, there's lots of people that just liked My Little Pony. And, like, that's not a crime, you know? I don't watch My Little Pony, but I'm not gonna not say I don't love Rainbow Dash. I've loved Rainbow Dash since I played with before the newer show, the Friendship is Magic one. I always thought Rainbow Dash was just so cute, so incredibly cute. So, but I've been one of those animation enjoyers forever. I was getting up early to watch the Saturday morning cartoons. I was waking up early to watch Captain Planet. I was staying up till 3 a.m. to watch Inuyasha, Boku Tachi wa, bow bow, like all that shit, you know? My Little Pony, Jim Ford had a great start thanks to Lauren Foss, and even after she left, the shows were fantastic. That's good. Still watched it a lot, and originally Cosmo younger cousin would watch it when she came over. Oh, I like Bluey. I think Bluey's actually really cute. Another show that I think is good for parents and kids. Autumn Blaze. I don't think I've ever seen Autumn Blaze. Autumn Blaze. My Little Pony. And Fluttershy, I appreciate it though. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, she's cute. She has like a mane. Thank you for a level 4 hype trade at 70% complete with 14 total gifted subs and 100 biddies. Thank you so much to everyone who's a part of that hype train. I appreciate it. Oh man, I got this like weird sweat. I got a sweat emote for when I got a sweat. Bluey's a really good show. I like Bluey. I think it's very cute. Oh my gosh. Any show that can make me cry. And there have been some scenes of Bluey, which I know you're like, Rainy, you cry at so many things. I'm like, I know, but that's not about that. I'm talking about like actually sad moments or whatever. I'm just staying up late to watch anime when you could just set your VCR. See, I didn't have a VCR So I would just stay up late. Actually, so so one time when I think I was 11, I feel like I was 11. I have never been fully certain what my age was. I feel I was 11, you know, a small 11 million years old, okay? My grandma and I decide, she takes me to Disneyland. Okay, so we fly down. It's one of the very first times I'm ever on a plane, by the way. So I was extremely nervous. We fly down to Anaheim and we go to Disneyland. Well, my grandma, I was pretty young, and so my grandma had got us tickets to Disneyland and to Universal, and I was scared of the rides. Like, she had pictures of the rides at Universal, and I was so scared of the rides that we ended up not going, and I feel so bad now because I'm like, she bought tickets and we didn't end up going. She bought tickets a second time to go to California Adventure instead, but that's not the point. Anyway, as an adult, you know, hindsight's 2020. I probably should have gone. Universal was actually really cool when I went as an adult. But anyways, so we were staying at like some hotel near Disneyland. Well, I didn't want to miss the episode of Inuyasha. Okay? I didn't want to miss the episode of Inuyasha. So I had to wait until my grandma like fell asleep. And then I turned on the TV and I had the volume at like two out of like 100. And I was sitting so close to the TV because my grandma had told me to go to bed, right? Because we were going to get up early and go do stuff. But I really wanted to watch this episode because it was the episode where Inuyasha, Naraku, and Shishomaru are all fighting in like this big forest. And the forest is being destroyed by miasma. And so the day before, or like a couple days before, I was left on a cliffhanger. And I was like, there's no way. And you couldn't just go watch it online, okay? You couldn't just go watch shit online, okay? That didn't happen. You didn't have DVR yet. So you couldn't just go watch the episode that you want or record it. You couldn't do that. So I had to not miss it. So I turned it on. And like close to the end of the episode, my grandma starts to wake up. And I have to quickly turn off the TV and pretend that I wasn't watching TV. And I had to miss how it ended. I had to miss how it ended. I mean, now as an adult, I know how it ends because I've seen it, but I'm just like, I was that hard coded in anime and like cartoons that I did not want to miss them, even if it meant staying up a little too late and being a little tired for Disneyland the next day. Okay. Yeah, I have my entire life been animation coded, okay? Animation, comics, storytelling in general. I just really, really love storytelling and the ways that you can do it, you know? Also, hi, Starbucker. How are you? Hello. I gotta remember, what was on our list anyway? Media. What games did I even plan for this week? I don't remember, so let's find out. Marathons, they got a new Inuyasha opening and then went back to the old one the next day and I cried because I didn't have enough. No! I'm so nervous that once I start Slime Rancher, I'm not going to want to play anything else. Like, at all. Okay. So I had a couple games. Let's see. I know, I'm so excited for Little Nightmares 3. I wanted to play with Zam, but I don't think I'm going to get to. Our time zones are too different. Huh? We can't play at normal times. Like, we literally couldn't play it at an hour that I stream. Because I want to stream it. I don't just want to play it. Unless I'd have to stream at like 3 a.m. my time. Oh, well, because I'm trying to wait to get hooked on a game until after the sub thing is over. Because if I start something and then I have to not play it enough, I will be sad. So I rather wait until I'm not on a timer, you know? No timer. Yeah, I was confused. I was like, no, that's a big problem. Ryoko's so pretty. Oh, she's so pretty. All right, let's see. No, I'm just not gonna play it. I don't really like playing those games alone. I don't know if it's just because I've never played them alone, but I just enjoy playing them with someone instead. You know? I just have like a preference of playing them with someone. Yes, I do. It's sub a thing. It's sub a thing event. Well, oh, you mean I could keep playing? That's true. Like I could end stream and keep playing. But ever since I became a streamer, I don't really like playing stuff offline unless it's a game I've already streamed, which I very rarely will replay something, or it's a game like Fields of Mystria. Fields of Mystria, like there's so much of the same, like it's kind of not grindy, but like you just have to collect stuff. So like I'll play that offline. I'll play that offline a little just to, like get money, but I just won't make the story go forward. But ow. That's why like I was thinking of playing what is that game? Oh no, it's not that I don't enjoy games. It's like, so because streaming is on my computer, I like to do things off of my computer. Like I've relearned how to love being away from my computer, because for like I would say about 3 or 4 years I didn't really leave my computer. I was so like jacked in. You know those pictures of Cyberpunk 2077 where they like jack their head into something? It's like I was chronically online. And so now I'm like, that's why I like going and watching Smallville. Like it makes me leave my office, because my office, this is gonna sound so dramatic. My office feels like a cage, like a really fancy cage. My whole house kind of feels that way, probably because I don't know anyone here still. I don't leave my house often. It's why, like, when I do leave to go on errands, I try and stay out of the house quite a bit. Like, I'll go and I'll get a coffee. I'll go and I'll get something to eat. So, like, I try and spend some time outside of my house, because unlike Sean, who gets, like, has a job to go to and people he can interact with, the only time that I get to talk with anyone is when I'm streaming. Like, the rest of my day is spent only like either talking to myself or talking to my cats. Like that's my day. I wake up, Sean leaves. I don't see him until very late at night. By the time he gets home, he's tired. So he's kind of like trying just to chill. And I haven't talked with anybody unless I streamed that day, right? And so like my house kind of just feels like a very, very fancy cage. Not that fancy. It's a very expensive apartment I hate living in California. It's ass. But like, I have art supplies. It feels like, what's her name? Rapunzel. It feels like Rapunzel. How she's like, that song where she's like, I'm gonna read a book and then I'm gonna paint and then I'm gonna cook and then I read another book. Like, that is not the way the song goes. Do not quote me on that, but that's how it feels. Like I get up, I'm alone. If I don't stream, I'm working on clips. If I do stream, as soon as I'm done streaming, I'm still alone. So it's just like I try and find reasons to leave the house or even just to leave my office. So I haven't been playing very many games that aren't on my phone. Like I've been playing lots of Uma Musume because that I can do anywhere. I don't have to do that at my computer. I can do that on my phone, in the living room, in the bedroom, outside, Hi, Corey-san, welcome. I wish I had a larger space so I could divide my workspace. My office is like kind of big. It just has a lot of stuff in it. Which has been difficult because I have like I need to just sell a lot of cosplays and stuff, which is hard to do when you don't know anyone in the area. Because selling cosplays before I moved in Washington was easy because there were lots of cosplayers that I knew that were looking to get cosplays at a decent price or wigs or whatever. But it's like I'd like to get some money back for this stuff that I either barely used or only used once. But if I can't find anyone, I might just have to, take it to a drop off and donate it. So lately, I've been finding myself often turning my PC on and off like every 15, 30 minutes. That's why I'm not on Twitter as much. I will post something and then I'll just get off and do something else. Like watching TV has been really relaxing. And that probably just sounds so sad. I wish there was a better way to explain, but that's just how it is when you have to pick up your entire life and move to an entirely new state where you don't have a job out of the house, you don't have school to meet new people, you really have nowhere to go. It's just kind of really lonely. Which sucks. But I mean, what are you gonna do? You just have to deal with it, I'm going, I know some people, but they live far from where I live, or I ask if they're free and they're never free. So it's just it's just me. Gotta just do stuff by myself. Sean has things that he goes to do. But the only time I actually get to see anyone that I know in person is conventions. It's why I really like Offkai and I really like TwitchCon, and I always look forward to them because I'm well, if it's not a con, I'm not gonna see anyone for 7 months, so that's gonna feel bad. No, I get that fully. For the first time ever, I don't have a friend around all the time. Yeah, it's really lonely. It sucks. I wish it was different. But there's only so much you can do on your own. So I'll be right back. I gotta grab something. Ow! Oh, my shit's falling. Ah. Okay. Had to refill my water. Eventually, I want to take a leap and get in a hobby that's outside my house. I think that's helpful. I tried to find something, but it's not very easy to find something around here. That's why I don't really like where I live, because it just feels so... There is nothing near us that's not like a kid's school. And it's like, well, I'm not a teacher. I don't have any reason to hang out near a school, right? So it's just like I'd have to drive extremely far to go anywhere. I'm glad my husband has friends that we play Magic with, and his family lives close, so we get to hang out with them. Yeah, my family doesn't even live anywhere close. I'd have to get on a train and travel like 30 hours, or get on a plane and travel 2-ish hours, or drive for 3 days if I wanted to go home. The future, I'm like, if we move to another state, I'm like, how will we make in-person friends to play without Magic? Because local game stores aren't always the best. Thank you for lurking. I was thinking about like the gym or something, but also at the same time, I hesitate since I worry the government would see that and decrease my disability pay. Oh no. Yeah, I don't like going to places like that alone. Like, I don't mind working out with other people. But if I have no one to go with, I'm not going to the gym. Like, I'm just not. For me, it's the same reason I started to join new communities. I worry that people won't mess with me in a positive sense. Huh? I don't know if I understand. Mess with me in a positive sense of the word. I might be reading that wrong. I might be reading that wrong. Hi, Darth Ball. Happy Friday. Flatworm Friday, that is. Yeah. Like, the only time that I went to coffee with someone once. I hung out with another person once, but haven't really hung out since. Oh, mesh. I see. Mesh with me. I see. Okay, I was like, mess. You want people to mess with you? Yeah, and sometimes I have gotten closer to people online, and then it like feels nicer, and then like that ends badly, and I'm like, well, I tried. I tried. I tried. But that's why I have TV to watch. At least that gives me something to do. Let's see. Uh we're gonna play this. Yes. I think it can be hard to make friends online too. It's been chill. It's overcast today, which is nice. I like a nice overcast day. Um, it's hard to make. Okay, it's okay. This is like, I don't know how best to explain this because, all right, there are, okay, there are people that you get along with, right? There are people that you would consider friends that you get along with, right? But there is a difference between people you get along with and then people who are like, you're like messaging every day, you know? And it doesn't mean that someone's not a friend because you don't message them every day. But there's a difference between like a friend and a best friend, you know? Like the vibes can be good between a friend, between an acquaintance, a friend, a best friend, or whatever. But there's a difference between what things you might send to just a friend versus what you'd send to like a best friend or someone you're closer with, you know, within the friend to best friend spectrum, right? And so like I feel like I know a lot of people, right? There are people that enjoy talking to me and I enjoy talking to them. But I don't have many people that I'm like, this is someone that I'm really close with. Like I, you know, constantly talk with this person or I constantly can share stuff with them or whatever. Like I just don't have that. And so it's like, that's difficult. to find that type of person online, you know? And I mean, it's not impossible, but the two people that I have that I would normally do, like, you know, engage with in that way, talk with, have been unavailable. So I haven't had anyone like that. And you can't force something like that at all. You can't really be like, oh, I'm going to make this person that person, because it has to be reciprocated again to feel comfortable enough, right? And so that's what's been difficult, because I have friends. I have quite a few friends, but I don't have many close friends in the way that I would be nice, you know? So, which is like, which there's that, like, it's always hard because some people are probably like, well, I want to be closer with so and so, with someone, but maybe they don't get the same vibe or they don't feel as comfortable, right? It's like those types of friends don't come with just like, hey, oh my God, do you want to be friends? And then it happens. It has to be like, it just has to, you have to mesh well, right? And the only times I've had it happen were random. And it either worked or it didn't, you know? And there's people that's like, man, I could see myself being closer with this person, but then I engage with that person and they don't engage with me the same way back. And so I'm like, okay, well, they clearly don't want, they are friends with me, but they don't want the same type of friendship that I want. So then I just stop sending them as much stuff, right? I just don't engage with them as much in DMs or whatever. We're still friends. We're just, you know, it has to be reciprocated and it has to be like the same vibes. It can't be like one person giving and giving and giving, or else that's not going to work. And so that's what's been difficult to explain, because there have been a couple times where I'm like, man, I wish I had like friends like this. And then people are like, but you do have friends. I'm like, okay, that's not what I was talking about. I'm talking specifically about this type of relationship, this type of friendship, is something I don't have right now. And that is difficult, you know? If you're somebody in your position with an audience, I'm sure there's a bit of difficulty. Well, like, that's why, like, I don't often talk with people in DMs. One, because I can't. And when I was a smaller streamer, there were people that were fans or like just chatters that became my friends, right? There are people that have become my friends. But even if that happened, it doesn't mean that we talk every day. It doesn't mean that I'd feel comfortable sending them messages about certain things. And like, when you're you know, someone who streams or someone who is kind of in the public eye, you're going to have a lot of people that DM you. The amount of DMs I have on Twitter is more than I can answer. And I just can't do small talk with everyone. I wish I could, but I can't. And so I've told people, some people have been like, oh, I'd like to get to know you. I'm like, the best place to get to know me is probably in my Discord server, because then I can talk with everybody. It's a little easier than like individual whatever. I also tend to be the person that, I've had a couple of people that I was like, oh, they seem really cool. They'll send me messages, like they'll say to me, oh yeah, Rainy, I'd love to talk with you more. I'd love to hang out. And then I message them and I'm messaging them and they like never message me back, even though they told me in person or whatever, yeah, let's hang out. Let's like figure this out. And then I'm putting forward all the effort to like figure out, hey, when do you want to hang out? When do you want to do a thing? They never respond to me. So I'm like, okay, well, what am I supposed to think of that? Is that like lies? Or is it just you're busy? If you don't tell me you're busy, I don't know what to assume. So I just stopped messaging, you know? Yeah, some sort of server or chat is the best way to get to know me as a person. Like, and it allows me to get to know multiple people. Because I've had people be like, oh, can we be friends? And I'm like, I mean, I can't guarantee that. But if I get to know you and you seem cool, maybe. I'm not going to say no, but I'm also not going to say yes. Because who knows? Who knows what the future holds? I'm not just going to say, oh my God, yeah, we're friends now. Like that's not how that works. It's kind of like another level of parasocial. Like once you're past that and you're actual friends, there's often this feeling like, I want to be closer friends, but I don't want to lose the friendship we do have in the process. Yeah, I guess. I don't know if I've ever had that once I'm already friends with someone. I've only had the like, oh, I'd like to be more friendly with this person. And I try to, but then it's just like, I don't get anything back, or even like the same things back. And so then I'm like, I don't know. I guess they, they don't want to be as friendly with me, which is fine. Because again, friendship is a spectrum of whatever. So like there's gonna be some people that an individual will talk with every day. They love talking with that person or those people, whatever. And there's gonna be people who are like, I like talking with this person, but I don't have the energy to give them my full time. So I'm not gonna message them first. I'm not gonna talk with them first. I'm not gonna talk with them every day. I may only respond to them once a week or whatever. And that's also fine if that's what the friendship is or the relationship is. Hi, Boomer. Welcome. Hi, Peacemaker. It's nice to see you again. How are you? So it can be difficult to like navigate an online space, especially when there might be a lot of people trying to get to know someone that you also want to get to know. Or another thing that people don't often think about, imagine that you're trying to get close to someone, like become friends with someone who already has enough friends. There is only so much brain power, so much time in the day that people can give to their friends, right? So if somebody already has enough friends, even if you want to be friends, it doesn't mean they're specifically trying to exclude you, but they are busy with other people, with other friends, and like they just don't have the capacity for more. And that's also fine. Well, wait, 12 hours total or just 12 hours in a day? I only just be friendly and talk a little here and there. I've been without any friend or had very few sort of friends for so long that I don't really know how to be a friend anymore. So I just don't bother. I mean, if that's what works for you, that's what works for you. Hi, Verb. How are you? Welcome, Raiders. Hello, hello. My name is Rainy. I'm your local magical girl. I hope you're having a good day. How was Sonic Racing Crossworlds? That game actually looks pretty, like, fun and polished. I like it. For me, it's basically... it's once I know someone's vibe and I've gotten basically permission to freely shoot DMs is when I feel confident to shoot DMs. Army unit sizes are based broadly on how many people... Army unit sizes are based broadly on how many people you can know in those circles of friendship. Army unit size? How big is an army unit size? I'm doing okay. How are you? How is racing? If you are new here, hi, I'm Rainy, your local magical girl, and we are kind of just chatting. I downloaded the game Pools because we were supposed to play Pools at some point this week, and I just hadn't downloaded it, but maybe we'll play that in a bit. But hello, thank you for wanting to come in. If you are going to stay, we'd love to keep you, have you here, but if you have to go, that is also A-okay. Yeah, another thing, like time zones makes it so difficult. And like, imagine you have someone who you talk to like every day and now suddenly they're on the other side of the world. It makes it very hard to talk when people are like so many hours away. Racing was fun, but I'm so tired. Oh no, I hope you had a good day at work, even if it was kind of bleh. But relaxing now. Maybe eat something tasty. Thank you for wanting to raid and bring your community here. I need to work up the nerves and mess people more. Squad, division, platoon. Yeah, but I don't know how big those usually are. How big is that normally? How big is an army squad? 8 to 11. A platoon, well, like, okay, a platoon is like 20 to 50. A squad is 8 to 11. That's another thing. That's difficult too. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. That's what makes it actually really hard for me as someone who doesn't have any other place to go. I know quite a few people that they are gone and unavailable to talk for like 8 hours. What the hell? Oh, it's a kid screaming. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Yeah, race about to happen in like 2 minutes, so just be aware of that. And there are some kids screaming outside. Oh my god. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So for me, I have a lot of the day open and free other than when I'm streaming. But even then, I'll usually answer messages. But some people have full time jobs where they are gone for 8 hours out of the day or 9 hours, however many hours they work, like similarly to Sean, right? So, like, um, maybe they're not available to talk when I'm available to talk or hang out. And so that's been difficult too, you know? Um, it's not that they could be bad friends. It's just like that in their life at the moment, they are preoccupied with other things, and that's fine. But it makes it hard to find someone that's like, oh, they also have as much time as I do, you know? There's an element, oh wait, an etiquette when it comes to DMing someone, and you got to be able to earn that level of trust. Yeah, the idea is that you can only know about 10 people really well and not more. Yeah, well, I mean, that's fair. Like, I think in the content creator space, like in the streaming space, for people who are not streamers, they assume that, oh my God, everybody is like besties with everybody. It's like, no, there's like again, it's like a spectrum. There's some people who are best friends, some people who are just friends, some people who are only really friends because of mutual friends. They don't know each other that well. And then there's some people that uh, they know a lot of people. They're well connected, but again, they don't know them all that well. They know them kind of as like a surface level um, uh, work relationship. Like they will do streams together, but they aren't necessarily like that close, but maybe they have good chemistry when they're streaming, but they won't talk much outside of that. I mean the stream space anyway, like at the top or whatever is like quite like it's smaller than you think, you know? Hi Adam, hello. Ad break is about to start. So just know that. One of my friends is a long haul truck driver. Oh my god, that's a hard job. When I was in high school, we had to do this thing called our senior project where we had to choose a job that we wanted to do and basically research it and kind of pitch like how we would go about getting it. I wanted to be a comic artist, so I spent my hours like doing art. But this one person in my class decided to do a topic on long haul trucking, and that's a lot. Like, not only is it like mentally exhausting, it's like physically exhausting because you're just driving. You're just driving and driving and driving. Um, he's pretty much impossible to talk to unless he talks to you first because he's always either sleeping or driving. I lost most of my friends and connections when I worked a job that had me on a weird schedule that was basically 12 hours a day, 3 to 4 days a week. Oh man. Hi, Elo. Definitely. For me, it's I worry that people be nuanced. I think that like when you so there are some people that I've sent messages to that I've never gotten responses from, even if they said I could message them, right? Eventually I just stop responding. Like I just stop messaging them. Like if they never respond to me, like say I've sent like 5 or 6 messages over the course of a couple months and they've never responded to me, I just assume like, hey, we're close enough that we're mutuals on Twitter, even mutuals on Twitch, but we're not, even though you've said to message you, I'm not gonna put in any more effort. I can't, doesn't feel fair. I have a weird talent to DM people at the worst times. I just will answer when I'm free. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love it so much. It seems that we have found some common ground, but at some point you got to make the calculated risk. Put yourself out there and see if the person. I feel bad. There's some people who have messaged me and I've forgotten to respond. Not because I don't want to respond, but I feel like I already have. Like in my brain, maybe I saw the message on like, your phone will like pop up and it will show you part of the message. I feel like, oh, I saw that, so I must have responded to it. And then I don't. I don't. Try me more. Sledding game? Sledding game. Oh, you're like a little frog. Oh, I wonder when it comes out. Oh, that's cute. Wait, that looks really cute. Oh, it's similar to the game. Uh oh, there's a demo. That's why I mark things unread. So right now, let me see. Where's my phone? So right now on my Discord, I have 337 messages. 337 messages. I don't know if that's just DMs or if that's also counting like servers I'm in, which I'm in way too many. I need to start leaving the servers that I just don't talk in, because it makes me so anxious. But it's not like there is no one that I can think of that I am choosing not to respond to. It is always like I either don't have the mental power to respond at the moment, so I wait, or it's small talk and I just don't have time to respond to the small talk. Like the hi, how are you? Like I just don't have. Yeah, it's been like that for months and I feel bad. Like I try and prioritize messages that are like, hey, do you want to do this thing? Or hey, do you want to be a part of this project? Or hey, we need you to help with blah blah blah. Over like, hey, how's things? Because I can answer that in my Discord. I can answer that on stream. I can answer that somewhere out like publicly where I can answer that to multiple people. I think that's why I like Discord and it's why I hang out so much in the Discord. Hi, Cap'n. Because it's easier for me to answer and talk to more like a people in a group than it is for me to talk with like 100 people all in DMs. I'd rather talk to 100 people in my Discord at one time than 100 people specifically in DMs, especially when like sometimes it's like someone I don't know that well. Maybe they're trying to get to know me, but I don't know. It's like it's just like, hi, how are you? Oh, I'm good. How are you? Oh yeah, I'm good. And then like the conversation ends and it's like, okay. Nothing wrong with that type of stuff, but I just don't have time. I just don't have time for it. I wish I did, but I don't. I used to be one of those people who I would answer every DM. I would answer every DM I ever got in any post. Because I wanted every person to feel like they were seen. And I wish there was a way. It's why I try and like comments a lot, even when I can't respond. It's like I want you guys to see that I'm seeing them. And I see all of them. I check through all of my comments. I just cannot respond to all of them. I cannot. And I wish I could, but I can't. This thing, especially on Instagram, where I accidentally spam people with stuff I found, and then that I think they'll like. I don't mind that because I'll just look at it when I look at it, you know? I even do that. Like my mom will send me messages. Like she'll send me reels, and I'm like, I will watch this when I have time. You know. Jean's going good. How are you? Made by one dude who was learning how to make. Oh, it's like the seal game. Some of my friends do that too, and while I do like that kind of thing, sometimes the timing for receiving them isn't always the best. That's why I look at them when I can look at them. That's why, like, I'm not friends with a lot of people that are, like, I've had people in my life in the past that were like, hey, I saw that you were on Twitter, but you haven't responded to my message. I'm like, yeah, maybe I can't. You ever think about that? Maybe I can't respond to your message right now, but I can be on Twitter. It's weird that you're, like, forcing me to respond to you. It makes me never want to respond to you. Unless it is time sensitive. Sorry. Oh gosh, sorry. My brain can't send any of the active servers I'm in having that white bubble next to the icons. A white bubble? White bubble. Oh yeah, I usually just mute them. Made a habit to clear out my DMs as soon as I can, but channel notifications, that's the thing. I get, sometimes I'm in multiple conversations and I just cannot keep up with them. And I feel so bad because I wish I could keep up with them, but I just can't. So sometimes it'll be like a week and then I'll respond to someone and I wish that I could respond faster, but absolutely, it feels like less pressure. You want to respond to your block. I I swallowed wrong. So sounds like you're trying my mom because she's the type who always expecting me to respond. Sometimes I love my mom so much, but she'll call me instead, and I know why. She wants to talk to me, and I love my mom so much, but she'll call me just to say like, "Hey, I'm gonna send you the money tomorrow." And I'm like, that could have been a text. Like the other day I was recording something with somebody and I was like, okay, I my phone is muted, but I forgot that if family calls me, it will ring no matter what. And so Sean called me and then my mom called me, but then I had to send back like I'm not free right now. I'm busy. And she was just like, I'm gonna send you the phone money tomorrow or later. And I was like, okay. You could have just texted that to me and I could have seen it later. It's fine. But ow. I really like doing a talk show back in the day because it's a nice way to for me to spend like an hour up to 3 to acquaint and figure out if I vibe with someone. Yeah. I used to do more collabs like with random people. And the only funny enough, the only time that I like do collabs with people I've never met before is kind of if they're vouched from someone else. So like if I am asked to be a part of a collab and someone else is like these people are playing, you know, as long as I have like no issue that I can think of with anyone, I'll play. Oh, thanks for the water. What inspired this model? Myself. Past me. Me from when I was younger. Oh, no, it's okay. Oh my God. Oh, week. Oh my God. That's bananas. I'm so sorry. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. Koichi. Koichi. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. That's long. That's a lot of hours. I can easily stream that, but doing that like at a job, unless I really like the job. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All my models are based on me. Unless you mean like what are my inspirations? That's still just me, but like I was inspired by well, I was inspired by the same things on as my normal model. I just thought the design was cool. But I have my big 90s anime earrings. The dimensional wage prison. Well, I hope you get paid a lot. That'll be nice. Lots of money, hopefully. Ow. Stretch. Thank you. It took me years to finally finish it because I kept changing it. I wanted it to feel right. I'm happy people like it. I am. I do. I was very nervous for a long time. I was like, oh, it's so different though. Will people like it? I do think it's funny though when people are like, oh, why like, why are you changing? I'm like, well, I'm not. I'm going to still use both. The only reason I'm using this one this month is because it's new. I'm trying to get people to recognize it, Be like, oh yeah, because I'll use all of them. Yeah, I got big old 90s anime earrings. You can't see them behind this one, but there is one there. The whole stranger, you see. I'm salaried. No! Not even hourly! But hopefully your salary is a lot. I hope. You don't have to say how much, but I do hope you get paid a good amount for your hard work. I get that, the whole stranger danger thing. Well, it's funny enough, it's not that I wouldn't be interested in it. It's just I've had some bad experiences with even people that I was close with, that has just made me a little more nervous. So that's kind of why. Normally I will like look into people first. Thank you. I'm really glad you like it. I like this one a lot. The artist worked hard on it. Oh, I need to get my flu shot. I gotta get that before TwitchCon. My vaccines. I like how Joel used it. I still use all of my models. The only reason I've been specifically using these two designs, though, for this one and my 3D, is just so people know that it's me. But as soon as this month is up, well, Halloween, we're going to be using my Halloween model, which I have to make promos for. And then after that, we will... huh? No, I don't know what that is. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted mythical and like curious, you know? That's what I wanted. I enjoy like designs that make you think, like ask questions. I'm like, what? Why? Am I never? Yeah, I try and get them before I go to big events, especially. Been working on my heavy from Team Fortress 2. I haven't actually played Team Fortress 2 only once, but I really like the Pyro and Scout. I love the Scout. I love him so much. Man, I hope your cosplay comes out good. That'll be really awesome. You thinking of Rainy? I do hope we have a good week regardless, though, even if it's really busy. I miss making props. I enjoy making props a lot. I just haven't had the space or a reason to do it. But, hi, Nifty, welcome. Yeah, there was a time when I first started streaming that I was like, I would just stream by myself. And then there was like a year of just constant collabs. Like I was mostly streaming with other people. And then I kind of had a falling out with some people. So then I just kind of streamed alone, you know? And I am, you know, I am happy that I learned to stream alone because I think that's an important skill to have. I think it's important to know how to stream by yourself and to know how to stream alongside other people because there is a lot of oh, okay. No worries. Wait, what was I saying? What was I saying? Oh, there are lots of people. This is another reason why I like to watch people stream. So if somebody comes to me and they're like, hey, I want to do a collab with you. If I don't know them, I will look into their socials. I will look into their Twitch and I will watch some of their streams before I say yes or no. Because there are some people that are not, they don't know how to share the spotlight and they talk over others. And I don't think they're trying to be rude, right? But sometimes it's just like, it's clear that they're better at being on their own or like being themselves, or maybe they don't like mute. And so they're constantly talking over everybody. Thank you, Bone, for the 1 year, 6 months, and 10 hours. Hell yeah. Hey, how's it going? Hello. Hi, Cyclops. I think that learning, that's another thing. If I see a person, so whenever I've done like events that require a streamer or whatever, and I put out like a call for them, if you only have streams of you with other people, I cannot get a good gauge on you as a person. I can't. So there have been a couple of creators that like, I do not know what they're like by themselves because I've only ever seen them stream with other people. Now, if you're a duo channel or you're like a multi-person channel, that's whatever. But if you're like, hey, I'm a streamer, I am a streamer on my own, but then all you ever do are collabs, how is your chat? How is anyone going to know what you're like by yourself if you're always with somebody? I think it's important to do both. So that's why like sometimes we do collabs. Sometimes I do a lot of solo chatting with just you guys, or we play a game, and I don't stream, but I join others. I'm a bit of a goofy, but I hate talking over others. I feel bad and obviously with Discord, there's sometimes delays. If I ever talk over someone, I'm like, I'm so sorry. Go ahead. I'll be quiet. I have a few friends in my tabletop RPG like that. Yeah. I have been talked over most of my life. I have had instances where people told me that I did not need help. It's fine if I get talked over, but other people aren't talked over because I am apparently confident enough in myself, which was kind of fucked up to hear, especially because I was not very confident. I just am better at public speaking than others. So I didn't shy away from talking, but it doesn't mean anyone should ever be talked over. And so I am not a fan of that type of thing, and I don't want to ever do that to someone else, you know? I'd rather have 0 friends than have bad friends. Yes. I have there was a time in my life where I was like I had some pretty awful friends and I didn't want to lose them because I was like, well, if I get rid of these friends, then I have no friends. And I've realized that sometimes it's better to just be by yourself than it is to have people who are mean to you. You know, it might be lonely to not have friends or connections, but it's much nicer to not have people being rude to you. So it doesn't help that a lot of struggling streamers are out there who seem to be struggling to socialize and to be courteous on even a basic level. It's like we have to become the become the anxious and the socially awkward generation. I once got caught in a loop of a few times saying, sorry, go ahead. It lasted 3 minutes. Honestly, some of the times I'll talk first and people will talk over me and I'm be like, oop. I mean, obviously it happens, right? Like talking over someone could happen, especially on Discord or with lag. Like it's bound to happen, but it's like how you handle it. Like if you are constantly doing it on purpose, like I was a leader of this improv troupe, one of the 3 leaders. And I would be talking and one of the other leaders would just straight up start talking over me. Like I wasn't done with my point or talking about my thing and he would just take over. And I would just have to be quiet. I'm like, he wouldn't say sorry. He wouldn't say, hey, I need to say something. He would just talk over me and other people. And it was very frustrating. And it hurt my feelings a lot. So, has started helping me develop a backbone for when I'm talked over. Yeah. Sometimes you just have to stand up and be like, hey, please don't do that. That was rude. Call them out for their stuff. I need to go pee. I didn't use the bathroom at the break. I went to go grab more water, which I'm out of water. I'm so sad. I'm out of bottled water. I don't want to have to drink from the tap. That's true too. Like knowing when to like give others space, knowing how much space you take up and letting others also be seen and heard is big important. So if you're if you're in collabs, if I see you stream and I hear you talking over someone a lot, that's gonna put me off of wanting to collab with you. Also, if I never see you like just talk with your chat and see how you are, that will also kind of be like, I don't know, I want to see how this person interacts by themselves. Can they hold a stream by themselves is really important. When I'm looking for, I don't know, I guess it depends on the opportunity, but like when certain opportunities come up that I'm looking for, knowing that someone is a competent creator by themselves is important because it's, I think, easier, right? To collab or to do a stream when you have someone else to talk to. But imagine you're streaming to like 5 average and you don't, your chat's a lot of lurkers or they're just really quiet. Like, how are you going to keep entertaining, you know, your audience, even if they're not there or even if they're lurking? What if somebody else comes in and they're just watching? Like, how are you going to engage someone or have them want to watch your stream? As a person with ADHD, I have a bad habit of interrupting people in conversations. I'm really trying to work on it. I also have ADHD. And sometimes I have caught myself like wanting to talk before they're done. But I just thought, I'm like, okay, wait. I hold my tongue. I wait. I'll wait to comment, you know? Times I've gotten talked over at jobs, I ended up raising my voice or outright shouting. I'm very glad I'm out of those jobs. Me too. No one should really feel like they have to yell to be heard. That's really unfortunate. But I will be right back. Be back. Let me see. I have to go back. I'm back. Let me see. I think one of my biggest combo habits is I constantly start making noises or affirmations I'm listening. See, I like when people make noises that they're listening because one thing that like makes me feel self-conscious if I say something to somebody and they just like stare at me. Like they don't say, oh, or okay, yeah. It's just me like, did you get it? Did you understand? Or should I say it a different way? Are you bored? Like it allows me to know that at least someone's listening, you know? Thank you. I decided to brush my teeth. Indeed, I'm constantly surrounded by people like that in this area I live, and because of this, I feel also like my brain is turning into mush whenever I hang out with them. Wait, did I miss something? Oh, the people who talk nonstop. Yeah. I thrive in environments where people who love to talk. I can talk. I'm just good at talking. I don't know if it's just because I have ADHD or if my brain is just built this way, but it is constantly thinking about literally everything. Every single thing. Like I'll be sitting thinking about what I just watched. I'll be thinking about what I just ate. I'll be thinking about all the stuff that I need to do for stream or things that I want to do. I'm thinking about, holidays that are coming up and traveling that's supposed to happen and people's birthdays and things like that, you know? Like lots of just general, everything. And so I always have something I can talk about. If I have nothing to talk about, I'm surprised with myself. Which is funny because when I'm not streaming, I'm like, I just won't talk a lot. Unless I'm like watching something, like when I watch something, I'll just talk to myself. It is so much easier for me to talk out my feelings than just listening to them. I get overwhelmed just listening to my own brain. But if I talk it out, if I say it out loud, it just feels so much easier to acknowledge. Maybe that's the word I want to use. Acknowledge. So yeah, I consider myself an extrovert, but due to some degree, I'm overly polite and considerate to the point of making me reserved. And then paradoxical, I am also super open. I am like, I'm a very extroverted person, but I tend to like time to be alone, you know? So I would say most of the time I am okay being the first person to like reach out to someone or put something together. But there are also times where I'm like, okay, I've talked to enough people. I want to just sit and watch. Like Smallville is my show. So Sean is not really big into superheroes. And so that's kind of just my show. So I watch it after he goes to bed. I'm like, okay, here's my next 3 hours to just watch this by myself. You know? No stare, just a bug. I think I picked it up because I hate it when I talk to someone and they don't let me know they're listening. Yeah, it makes it feel like weird. Like, oh man, did you hear me? Unless you know me on a more personal level, you would think I don't talk at all. Really? I was always the person. So like in school, if the teachers were like, okay, any questions? I always had my hand up. Dude, I always had a question. Or if I didn't understand something, I was going to be the one to ask. And my best friend, Abby, she was like, I loved being in classes with you because I usually had questions and they were always the questions that I knew you ended up asking. So I would get the answer without having to ever ask it. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm happy that I could help you with that. We weren't even like that close yet, but she was like, yeah, I always really liked that about you is that you were willing to ask questions because she's quite introverted, honestly. But do the same thing. I always prefer to talk about my thoughts instead. It just gets to be too much if I don't say them out loud. Like, Sean will be asleep, right? And I'll be watching Smallville and I'll be like, I'll pause. I'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. And I'll just think about it. I'll just think about it for like 20 minutes and then I'll keep watching the episode. Try to be that person to reach out and set things up, but nobody responds, so I stop doing stuff. I mean, that's happened to me too. Like sometimes I don't know if people are going to mesh well, which is another thing. I try and only set up collabs with people that I'm like, okay, I think they'd get along, or I think this feels like a good vibe. But if I don't have enough players or something, I just don't set it up, even if I really want to play it. Like there was this game I really liked and I only got to play it once on stream. And that was a frustrating stream because of some manipulative friends at the time. But it was called Dread Hunger. And you can't play it anymore. It's closed. Like all their servers are closed. And I'm sad because it was a good game, but you had to have 8 or more players to play. You had to. 8 to 10. You could not play with less or else it just didn't work. And so getting that many people was really hard. So that's another thing about like when I'm looking for people for a stream opportunity or whatever. We talked a little bit last couple days ago about professionalism. There's some people that just aren't very professional when they're live. And it's not even just talking over other people. It's just like they don't have an air of professionalism. You know, the way that they do things just doesn't come off as professional. So I find I work best when I can bounce off someone. I often struggle if I have to work solo. It is easier to bounce off someone else. I can't tell you how many times people have caught me talking to myself. See, that's true. Me too. I'm one of those people who like, people would, when I was a kid, people would be like, oh, she must be insane because she's like talking to herself. I'm like, no, I'm just saying the things that are in my brain out loud. Like, that's not crazy. That's just, I'm just working through the way that I, you know, the things I'm thinking about verbally instead of non-verbally. When you know me, you think I don't shut up. I don't think that's a problem. I love when my friends talk happily about the things that they enjoy. Like earlier when we were talking about cartoons, it made me so happy that all of you guys were telling me about the cartoons you guys liked and the shows that you guys watched. I pause videos when they make a point or say something that I need to think about. Yeah, see, I do that too. Okay, if it wasn't for the fact that our movie nights, I don't pause the movies, even though I want to pause the movies. I'm gonna be honest. Like, there are so many times I'm like, I wish we could pause and talk about this, but we have to just watch it. But when in person, I am a chronic pauser. All right. I will literally watch a little bit, pause, think about it, watch some more, pause, watch some more, pause. And so Sean is like, it always takes us hours to watch something that's only an hour. And I'm like, I know, but I have to think about it. My brain loves to dissect shit. Okay. So like with you know how I was telling you guys about Lex Luthor? I have been going through while watching, I will like dissect like, oh my God, I feel like he feels this way because of blah, 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 blah. And I don't blah, 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 blah. Like, yep. So like, I have notes. I like to take detailed notes. If I ever design a character based on a character that actually exists, I will usually watch through the entire show and take like avid notes about how they acted in the show so that I could, so that I can like write them properly or write them how I'd want to. I remember having a bad taste in my mouth after collab when someone like snapped at me and it caused me to go closed off and quiet for the rest of the collab. Yeah, I've had some collabs that just made me want to leave. Like made me so uncomfortable, but I was like, I need to leave. That's another thing. I've done collabs with people that they're so unprofessional, like say something upsets their feelings, or maybe they're not having a good day and they just like, they go like, I'm just done. And like in front of maybe my audience and other people's audiences, whoever is live streaming makes a scene. And I'm like, I have had streams where I was very uncomfortable or wanted to leave, but I still try and leave professionally. I'm going to leave as if I'm in front of a fucking audience. I'm not going to make a scene like a child. I'm going to just like somehow make my exit, right? Say I have something else to do, say something came up, and leave the collab. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to make it about me. I'm not going to make it a big deal. I'm not going to make it a problem because that's not professional. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Talking to yourself is actually very normal and healthy. It was not thought of as normal in a Black household. It was thought of as weird. Because I mostly, when I was a kid, lived with the Black side of my family. And they were not very nice. Oh, and anime. Oh my God. Going back to the anime thing. They were very much like, that is nerd shit. That is, you do not talk about that. You do not talk about the fact that you watch Pokemon and Sailor Moon and shit. But all of them love Dragon Ball Z. That was the exception. The exception was Dragon Ball, but all other anime, nah, that shit was freaky. You don't watch that. That's weird. So I just watch it without people knowing. I loved Naruto. Honestly, if I'm on a call with someone, I pause whatever I'm watching because I don't want to miss what people say. See, that's another thing. I don't like when people talk over the show or the movie. And so Sean will sometimes start talking and I have to pause because I can't hear very well either. It's why whenever we do movie nights, I commonly will have on subtitles as long as the subtitles match the actual words. If we watch like a dubbed thing, sometimes the subtitles don't match and I just don't, I can't put them on. It's very frustrating for me. I don't know why to see the subtitles not match what they said, but I often will have subtitles on. And I hate talking to myself in my head. Saying out loud works so much better. It just feels more like, I don't know, easy to get my feelings out, you know? For me, I tough it out till the end, but sadly, see, that's the thing. If something makes me so uncomfortable that I don't want to be there anymore, I won't leave immediately, but I will, at the next point that seems easy to take my leave, I will leave. Right? Like say you're playing, I don't know, what is that game? Repo. And you finish a round and you're like, okay, well, you know, I actually have something I have to do. At the end of that round, I'll leave, you know? Oh, ow. I had a streamer one time playing Smash Bros. With chat. And during the match I was playing, they repeatedly talked about how annoying and obnoxious and how not fun I was to play against. And I haven't been back to their stream since. Well, wait, they chose to play with their viewers. Maybe you're just better than them and they're butthurt, you know? No, I totally get what you mean about subtitles not matching the words. It just throws me off. I mean, like, I know the subtitles are there just in case and they're giving you a gist, but it's like, I need them to match. Even if I don't hear all the way, I have to have it match. I'm the kind of person where if everyone is fine with it, I will nonstop talk then when watching something. The only time I will talk while watching something is if I've already seen it. Like me and someone else have already seen it. I like to be nonverbal a lot of the time because autism moment, so I don't really talk to myself. That's fair too. That's fine. Oh, they kicked. What? Then why were they upset? Because you were like not as good as they would have expected? That's rude too. I play Pit and I fly around. I fly around the map and I don't like to fight because I'm bad at it. I'm not good at the game. Or I play Daisy and I just hit you with my ass. Booty bump, you know? I have to vibe check it though. I won't talk if the other person hates it. I don't mind. That's the thing. If I can pause, I don't mind if people talk or make jokes. I just want to be able to hear. And I have trouble hearing. And also, like, okay, Smallville is a great example of this. The explosions and the sound effects are so much louder than they're talking. So I constantly have to, like, if Sean's asleep in the other room, because we don't have a door on our bedroom because the cats like to come in and out. So we always have the door open and we have this big curtain that the cats can push through because, one, it's annoying when we have the door closed and they want to leave in the middle of the night. But also, we don't want them to feel like they can't come in the bedroom. Thank you for the water. So I have to, like, it's like playing a video game where I have to, like, turn down and turn up the show as I'm watching it because it'll get too loud. You know, the Discord is always available. If you ever want to be in VC, you can always be in VC in the Discord. If you want, there are VCs available. You just want to hang out in there. My friend was streaming in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because I was so sure I didn't like it, but I decided to watch it with him and give it a chance. Did you like it? Annoyingly, I came to actually like the first few episodes. See, that's like me in Fortnite. Sometimes something you think you won't like ends up being something you kind of like or that you do like. So. Sometimes I feel bad because, like, I don't want to talk as much. I just kind of want to, like, play something and maybe type. And so I'll be in VC in the Discord. But then I feel bad that I'm not talking, but everyone else is talking. I'm like, oh no, maybe I should talk. I don't know. Just like my medal. I wish it rained today. That would be nice. The next anime I really wanted to watch is actually Corral Phantom Memory, but it's also long. So I kind of want to watch Witch, but Witch is also like 50 episodes. Everything I want to watch is like 50 episodes long. For me, my comfort show is New Girl. I've seen all the way through 3 times. I don't know why, but I just keep coming back. I'm like that Nifty, but with like multiple shows. So like I'll rewatch Eureka 7, which is like 50 episodes. I'll rewatch that. I rewatch Static Shock every couple of years. I rewatch Hey Arnold almost yearly. And there's like, I don't know how many episodes. How many episodes is Hey Arnold? How many episodes is Hey Arnold? 100. Hey Arnold is 100 episodes. And a movie, 2 movies. You know, whenever I think of New Girl, I think of GBC, my friend GBC, which he's been streaming recently. I'm very proud of him. He took like a big break from streaming, but he's been watching New Girl with his wife. With his wife. I just tend to, I have trouble watching something new. So like me watching Smallville is actually pretty unheard of for me. I do not often watch a new show unless Sean starts it. Because I don't know. I'm like, if I want to watch something and spend my time watching something, I'd rather watch something that I know I already like, you know? Then instead of trying something brand new that I might not like. Young Sheldon's pretty good. I've never seen it. Hey Arnold just seems so odd. I love Hey Arnold. It's a good show. It's really good. It talks about I don't know if it's just the time in which I was young, but I enjoyed cartoons that would talk about heavy topics. And maybe that's because that's why I like talking about you know, having real talk, I guess. Cuz you know, things like Hey Arnold and Static Shock would talk about homelessness. It would talk about mental illness. It would talk about gun violence or bullying, just in a very like factual way, you know? And I always enjoyed that about both of those shows. So gang violence, you know? Hi Akami, welcome. How are you? Roxanne was pretty banging. I didn't watch it as much. It wasn't like my favorite, but it was really good. Found myself falling into the trap of returning shows I've already seen. I don't think that's a bad thing though. I really actively go to watch TVs or shows. I much prefer YouTube. I just normally watch something that I already like, you know, that I've already watched. I get hooked into new shows really easily though. I almost never watch new stuff. Really? Huh. It's very good. I like the lyrics of Big Bang. I haven't watched like a lot. I've seen like individual episodes. I like Malcolm in the Middle quite a bit. Factual as well as accessible. Yes. And I don't know. It's just, I think it was good at explaining to kids how these things that are usually adult topics, like, you know, like gun violence or gang violence or homelessness, things like that can be explained to children. And I think that's great. And racism. Oh my God. They had like so many episodes on that too. And mental illness. Doing good, waiting for a good time. Yeah. Wait, what are you planning to eat for lunch? I had a chicken and rice burrito. I'm doing good. How are you? Like, how is today specifically? Been listening to so many documentaries. I watch a lot of deep dives on YouTube. Like, I'll just find something random. I've been watching more YouTube than I had in the past. Because again, like, a lot of my time was spent just doing stuff for stream or just sitting on Twitter and responding to people. Now I'm like, wow, I have so much time. My roommate got interested in Mob Psycho. See, I want to watch Mob Psycho. I do. I feel like I've been told I like it so much. I've been struggling to sit down and watch an anime. I've really been struggling. Want to know something cursed that happened today? Yeah, tell us. To be honest, I watched Big Bang Theory all the way through, and while it's all right, it had its moments. I wouldn't call it my favorite show of all time. That's fair. Probably chicken sandwich. I need to watch spicy food. I need to watch spicy food. Oh, no! I love spicy food. I put so much hot sauce on my burrito. I hope that you start to feel better, though. I like chicken salad sandwiches. One of my favorite things that my grandma makes is chicken salad. It's so good. It's so tasty and delicious. I bought some peaches the other day, and they are not off date yet, and they're already going moldy. Is it, like, really, like, humid? Is that maybe why? If it's only, like, a day, then they should be okay, right? Thank you, Akami, for the Prime sub! I hope you enjoy your 69 emotes and your ad-free viewing. Thank you for adding to our timer. Hell yeah. Getting closer with every step. Oh, man. Okay, I have to put it in the Discord. The debut for Halloween model is going to be on the 3rd. I'm so excited to show you guys. I'm gonna put it in the Discord. Food variety is a challenge here in Japan. Lots of foods, lots of good foods, but I would murder for a burrito. See, when I was in Japan, there were so many foods that I wanted to eat that I was like, I kind of miss, because I was there for like 2 weeks. I was like, I kind of miss American food. Maybe not American food, but food that I could get in America. But I do love me some Japanese food. I love rice. I could eat rice every day, like legitimately. Any type of rice, really. Doesn't even have to be like sushi rice, just any rice. We really just like the early seasons because like haha nerd trope, but later on they actually develop them. The peaches go off tomorrow. I see. I've been struggling to sit down and actually play video games recently. Don't know why, but I hope I can get back into No Man's Sky. I heard it got like some pretty big updates after its initial whatever. Like its initial launch. I'm off work that day. Yeah! Hell yeah! Yo, random hype train! Thanks, Switch. This show I shot a while back, and I couldn't handle the subject matter, and more importantly, how the subject matter was being presented. But it should at least have another day. I'd say them being moldy has already gone up. Yeah, I probably wouldn't. But that's me. Thank you! I think they're very cute. She's very cute. I have to take pictures so I can, like, promote her more. But she's cute. I'm happy that people are interested in getting one. I like it a lot. I think it's a very well made. Makeship does a good job. Especially since the packaging recommended eating the peaches ripen. Wait, you bought them in like a package? Like a plastic bag? Mainly Texas because I had missed Tex-Mex way too much. I'm still sad. I had the tastiest Tex-Mex burrito when I was in Austin. It was at a restaurant called Punch Bowl Social. And I have tried to go to a Punch Bowl Social to get the same burrito again. And it was a brunch menu that's only on the weekend. And every time I've been to, there's a Punch Bowl in San Diego. Every time I've gone, I have not been there on a weekend. And I'm so mad. I want to eat that burrito again. It was delicious. It was a green chili pork burrito. Oh my God, so good. I think I would like rice, but I haven't found a rice dish that I really love. I just really love rice. I like rice and pasta and bread. I'm a carb enjoyer. Big carb lover. It's almost not even the same game anymore. That kind of sounds like Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk also got like a bunch of updates and people are like, it's not even the same game. No. Nah. I had to get a refund on them since yeah, that's messed up. I think if you can get a refund. I've never returned anything to a grocery store before that was like food. Similarly, that I've never returned anything that was like makeup. I've never done that. My friend has done that. Apparently, you can do that, but I've never done that. All right, I was gonna put in the Discord. Okay. Oh, well, I can't take a picture of it. I can't take a picture of it right now, so I'll have to wait, actually. I'll have to wait till later. I'll have to wait till later because I don't want you guys to see the model. I don't want you guys to see it. Yet. Oh, it's so cute, though. I've returned protein drinks to Costco before because they congealed in the carton. Okay, see, that's gross. Took a photo of the product, so there should be a photo metadata to allow me to prove it's before the day off. I've like bought milk before, and the milk said it was still good, and definitely not good. Definitely smelled bad. Not good. Not good at all. That's another thing that's interesting about Smallville is that it has a lot of music in every episode, and it's all songs that like I used to listen to. So it feels like it feels weird to like hear them again. I'm like, wow, I haven't heard this in forever. Alone. Oh, Haunted Hotel came out. Haunted Hotel came out. I've wanted to watch that. It looked good. See, I feel like it's easier for me to watch something animated. It's much easier for me to watch, like, to start something animated than it is for me to start something live action. Good night, Elo. Thank you for coming in and chatting with us for such a long time. Have a good rest, and I hope to see you tomorrow or later, whenever you stop by again. Oh no. Yeah, I'm really sad about Infinity Nikki. I was so excited, and I've just heard so many bad things after its initial launch that I haven't even tried to play it. I'm just like, I might as well go play the one on my phone again. Swing photos of Swing photos of Smallville. It reminds me of a show I watched a long time ago. I actually, funny enough, Roswell. When you are watching stuff on Hulu, it will like recommend other things. Thank you for a level 1 high train at 31% with a total of 1 gifted sub. Heck yeah! Thank you, Akami, for your sub. It'll recommend other shows that are kind of similar, and Roswell is one of those. Is it good? It's pretty nice. Photos have metadata on them. Yeah. Ugh. The only time it's not good is if you send it to someone and they can like reverse search, figure out where you are. It looks so Elden Ring coded at first. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even try it. I was so excited. I was just like, not worth it. I have other games to play. I have other stuff to do. I don't need to worry about this Infinity game, even though I was so excited. Are they like white peaches? Like what type of peaches are they? It's pretty campy. Sometimes campy things can be nice though. I think it depends. It depends on like the balance of being good to campiness. Oh shoot. Just realizing if my brother picks me up to take me to KomoriCon, I can't stream these days. I'll have to ask him. He was thinking about like yeah, there's yellow peaches, white peaches. They were flat. Wait, flat peaches? Flat peaches. Oh, and flat peaches apparently. No, also known as the donut peach or Saturn peach, is a variety of peach with a pale yellow fruit that is an oblate oblate in shape. I have never seen those before. Yeah, I tend to like white peaches. I think they're really good. Yellow peaches have a much like a stronger flavor, but white peaches have a more delicate flavor. I'm not making that up. I'm literally not making that shit up. I'm literally not making that shit up. Hold on. Oh. Right here. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get closer. Right there. Oh, hold on. I ain't making this shit up. Donut shaped peach. They don't taste like donuts, but I like nectarines. They're like peaches, but they don't have the fuzz on them. They're like fuzzless peaches. Fuzzless peaches. They're shaved. They're shaved peaches. I literally Googled flat peach. What are you talking about? Thank you. Here, wait, here. It was made by Altworks. They did a great job making my idea real. Making my idea real. I like it a lot. Oh, and here, wait, hold on. It's getting kind of late, right? So let's make it nighttime. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 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 Flat in nature, but probably sweeter since they would have more sunlight. Maybe. I've never had a flat peach. Never had one. Can we all agree cold fruit? Yeah, I love cold fruit. There's this channel I used to watch called Cooking with Dog. It's a pretty old channel now, and unfortunately the dog has since passed away. But I think the lady who runs the channel still sometimes, very, very rarely um makes a video. But she made this like white peach jello that looked really good. I've never been able to make it. Well, maybe next time. Maybe next time you'll get to have the flat peach. Oh, the ad break's about to start. I can go refill my water. Hi, BB Ford. Hello. Whatever streaming service it's on. Wait, the Digital Circus? It's on YouTube. The Amazing Digital Circus is on YouTube. For free. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. I'll be right back. I'm back. Yo, Digital Circus Watch Party. I haven't seen it still. Is there like 4 episodes or 5? I don't know. I feel like there's a couple. Seen some fan stuff on the amazing Digital Circus. It makes me really want to watch it. Oh. Yeah, I've only ever watched Knights of Guinevere specifically from... Thank you! Specifically from Glitch. Also, like, most of my timeline now is just super bad. So one battle after another today, you know, it's kind of... I'm watching Leonardo DiCaprio. Wait, what? What movie did you watch? I guess it depends on what it is, because I might have to stream. I might be live. Oh, did I choose a movie? I don't think I did. Oh, yeah. We're going to watch Legend of He. Legend of He. He. Hi. One of those names. Yeah, I might have to be live, so I might not be able to join you. But I do hope you guys have fun if you watch it. We'll just have to watch another time. Oh. Okay. One battle after another is the title. Okay. I've never heard of that movie. One battle after another. Oh, it recently came out. Oh, it's like a brand new movie. When did this come out? Oh, it's in theaters, like... Oh, it came out today! Wait, yeah, it's gonna be cold. Yeah, I'd never heard of it. It was kind of fun. Oh, good. I hope you had a good time. I love movies a lot. I wanted to watch, there's a movie I wanted to watch. What was it? Why am I blanking? Oh, it's called Normal, but it comes out next year. Yeah, it has like Bob Odenkirk in it. I like Bob Odenkirk a lot. It says the initial release was this year, but it did not come out. It's coming out next year. One battle after another. Yeah, I don't even know what movies are out right now. I think I saw the trailer for this not too long ago. Seems like a pretty good movie at a glance. The Bob Odenkirk one is a live action. I love Iron Giant. I don't think we've watched it in quite a while. We watched it once there's like a list of all the movies we've watched. Some of them are not in there because I forgot, but like in the Discord, if you go into movie suggestions, at the very top or pinned is an entire list of everything we've watched. Is Iron Giant even on that? Iron Giant, Mean Girls, Beetlejuice, Knives Out, Die Hard. We've watched like Knives Out like twice. I don't think it's on there. Well, maybe we watch that on the 6th. We can watch that on the 6th. Wait, you've never seen it? It's really good. It's extremely good. Here, I'll just set it now. Iron Giant. We'll watch it on the 6th. At 6:15 p.m. Hamilton is like my go-to, I don't know, like Spotify, what is it? My go-to plane thing, because it's like 3 hours long. So usually I'll get through it all in like the time of the plane. There we go. It is made. Now I'll update my planner. If I don't update my planner, I forget every single thing I'm supposed to do. Which I wish wasn't the case. I envy people who can just remember stuff, just straight up. Because I cannot. I try to, and I cannot. When they say, is that a style or a bad cosplay? I had no. Here we go. This does not work. What? If I don't, I have to have my planner. I have to. Every year I make a new planner. I'm actually like due to make a new one because this one technically I have until December, but it's at the very end. I'm like, I might as well just make a new one. I might as well just make a new one. I had in my hand. There. I always say I need to make a list or keep a planner. I never stick to it. Building healthy habits is hard. It's a physical planner. If I do it digitally, I forget. I don't know why I forget to update it on my phone, but I have to write it. So I have it color coded. Color coded stuff helps me so much. So I have like, that is my little metal case. And in it, I have all of my colors. I have my pens because I only ever use one size of pen. I will not ever use a different size pen. I have to use 0.3 because if it's the wrong size, I hate it. It doesn't match. My handwriting's not even that good, but I still like it to match. Yeah, color coordinated, all of that. I have to. It's nice. I think somebody recommended the Iron Giant, so I'm going to now delete their thing. I don't know if you guys have ever wondered, why is my recommendation gone? Once we've watched it, I take it out of here. I take it out. I know somebody said Iron Giant. Where is it? G4, Sonic 1 and 2. Iron Giant. Here you go. Delete. Delete. And then I'll add it up here. Edit. At least I'm pretty sure. Got it. Cool. Yep, all done. Yeah, when 4 comes out, we'll just do a Sonic movie marathon. Hell yeah. Sonic movie marathon. Hiding. I fall out of bed. Know what it goes, but I lay here instead with my symptoms of sorrow and dread. What brand of planner do you use? No, I don't. So I usually get one. I found that I enjoy a planner that is a book. I don't like when it has a like a ringed binder, like a 3-ring binder or a ring, like it has the whatever. I like it to be a physical, like enclosed book, usually with a very cute, like a really cute pattern on it. And then I add like tabs. Wait, I can just show you guys. ADHD, physical touch, and you got ADHD vibes to me. I have ADHD. I actually am diagnosed with ADHD. Okay. All right, let's see. Let me see. Hiding all out of bed. symptoms. So like, I like it to be a cute planner that is like enclosed on the side. And then I put tabs. So it's very easy for me to like flip to what I need. I'm not going to show you like, maybe I can blur it a little bit. So I can show you my stuff without like doxing all my information. Oh, where'd it go? Huh? Is my stuff broken? I love. Oops. Oh, hold on. I'm not breaking anything. I'm trying to like show you guys my stuff without like doxing my information, you know? Apply. But it's not letting me blur it. It literally just won't let me. I don't know. Whatever. Oh, wait. I should probably turn that off. What am I doing? Yeah. Put your name to shame. I can just I'll just do this. Okay. Yeah, so here. So you guys can see all of my colors. Okay? So like, if it's purple, that's a stream. If it's yellow, that's like a thing I have to do. That's like either on somebody else's stream or it's something I have to do in real life. If it's pink, that's like a, this one right here. That is like a appointment that's very important. And then if it's blue, which is hard to see, but this is blue. It means that I'm traveling somewhere. So all of my stuff is colored that this is the month I was gone, but like very color coordinated because that's just makes the most sense for my brain. And so I have, yeah, so I have these pens that I really, really like because I am very particular about colors as well. I don't like them to be too bright. Like I don't like them to be highlighter red, highlighter green. And so I got these Sharpie S Note colors and they're a little more pastel. Because I found that if my planner is pretty, that I am more willing to want to write in it. And if it's a book, I can take it anywhere. Like if I go someplace, I always bring my planner. And if I am planning something with someone, say somebody's like, hey, do you want to like do this collab? I'm going to be doing it on, I don't know, next week on Saturday. I'll be like, hold on, let me check my planner. Because if I didn't put it in my planner, it's not happening. So this is for stream stuff and Discord things. So any movie night is going to be in this color. Anytime I'm streaming is going to be in this color. I will also write down what I did. So maybe I can show you guys. Okay. So this says stream at, it's supposed to say 1. Stream at 1 p.m. Halloween debut, right? And then I'll normally, I normally will write down my like followers at the time. And I will use like specific colors then too. So instead of a standard dated planner, it's a bound book. Oh no, it's a dated calendar. So let me see if I have something that's not written in here. So This is what it looks like with nothing in it. So it's like, it's a planner book, and then I just fill in stuff. But I don't use this for like, I mostly use it for work and for, I use it, I guess, for everything. It's mostly for work. Like I mostly write down when I'm streaming. So for this, I'd put like stream Monday, stream Tuesday, stream Friday, stream Sunday, stream Monday, stream Tuesday, blah, 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 blah. Like I'd put that all in. I got this one from Amazon. I don't know what the brand is. It is High Note. High Note. And so when I get close to the end of my planner, right? Like I'm currently in September. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 months. Yeah. Yeah, you are. Whenever we have movie night, technically every date that we've ever hung out is in here. And I have like one for every year. Thank you so much for the follow. So usually close to the end, I'll get a new one. I got a new one already, but I need to find where it is. Because I usually get one that starts in, for some reason, like October. And then I'll start from there. So I just found that it's a lot easier for me to keep track of everything if it's physical. I used to keep it on my phone and I just wouldn't look at it. This, for some reason, reminds me to look at it. So that's cool. And it has strawberries on it, you know? So the first day, I'll usually spend like a whole day putting together like the tabs. I make sure that the tabs are ready. So I bought these little, let me see. So they're like kind of clear tabs. They're not clear on at the edge. So I'll write the month, and that way it's an easy way for me to just like figure out what month I'm supposed to be on, because there's this thing, but it's much easier to just also have tabs. And I usually can't find a book like this that has tabs. Usually it's a ringed binder. And I found I just am not as big on the ringed binder. I don't know why, I'm just not. It usually gets caught on stuff and just not as good in my opinion. For me. So, that's the greatest thing, is that like, if you don't use it, at least you tried. I have the last like 6 years in planners. No. I think I started using them in college, so I have quite a few planners, and I keep them. I don't know why. I just keep them. It's kind of like memories, I guess. Like, what did I do? It's like keeping a diary, but I used to write in them. Sometimes I also use them for mental health. Like for a while I would write how I was feeling and stuff in the book, because this one I like that. So this one it has the actual thing, and then there are days. So there's like space per day. So I used to write in here like diary entries or whatever. But like sometimes I would write, sometimes I wouldn't. I mostly just use it for this part. But I can put to-do lists here. I can do whatever I want here, you know? So, yeah. But yeah. Seems funny. I'd like to try it out. Yeah, I get that. I've been gifted like plant. I feel okay. I found that I have to buy my own. I don't know if any of you guys are into tarot cards, but there's like a thing that's like, you know, it's good. It's nice if someone buys you cards for you. I think that like a planner is like the opposite. You have to buy it yourself. You have to fully like it, because I've had people gift me planners and I just don't like them as much. There's usually something about them that I'm like, I'm not really fond of this planner. I need one that I really, really like myself. So it's easier just to go find my own. I too love tarot cards. I don't use them because I'm a lefty. Yeah, I can understand that being miserable. Let's see. A good song never dies. Cool. I know where we're gonna go. I use a wall calendar in my office. I have a wall calendar just to be cute, but I don't tend to write on them. Need water. I also, one time somebody bought me a really big one. I don't like big ones. It has to be a certain size. I find that like a smaller book is nicer for me personally. I enjoy a smaller book, but that's big enough for me to like write everything I need. Yeah, I like planners. Put stickers in them or whatever. I've just, whatever works for you. Some people really like physical planners. Some people really like digital planners. Um, I just also like writing physically. Like I love notes. That's why I'll often like if you buy something from me, I will send you a note in every order. Every order gets a note. So yeah, if it's ugly, I'm not going to use it. If I don't have my markers, I'm not going to use it. It took me a while to find what really works for me. So sorry we ended up just chatting for 3.5 hours, but I had a good time talking. It was nice to just talk. And I have a game for tomorrow. Hmm? Yeah, whenever it's something I've sent. So, like, I mean, obviously, if you buy a piece of merch that I'm not sending, you're not going to get a letter. But I enjoy sending a little note with every purchase because I'm very grateful that someone wanted to buy something from me. Oh, no. Reverse meaning. I'm happy you like my notes. I want to try and do the Valentine's Day card event again, but I need to try doing them earlier. I need to try it earlier. Um and this entire week has been talking. I feel kind of bad, but I enjoy talking with you guys. So I hope that's okay. I haven't been doing a lot of talking outside of streams, so maybe tomorrow we play pools. Tomorrow we can play pools because I downloaded that. But I need to start earlier if I'm going to do something like that because last time I was like really against the wire. Like I was trying to get them out before Valentine's Day and it just didn't happen. I might only be able to do so many though. Like I'm wondering how I want to do it. Pulled the stars upright and the rest were justice, the devil, and the 8 of Wands. I'm very rusty on my remembering what cards mean. Aw. Maybe this year, maybe you'll get one. In the past, I've done like holiday cards. I've done like holiday cards for people because, it only takes like a stamp to send them. So, stream is over, which means we'll be live again tomorrow. And I know who we're going to raid. Add 1 hour for tomorrow. I might have to because last year I got like, there were 50 people who wanted one. It took me hours. It took me hours, but I like to do something for free, but sometimes it's becoming more difficult as time goes on to do stuff for free. All right, I know who we're going to raid. We're going to raid Polar Club. She's doing a Q&A. She's really nice. She's a YouTuber. So Please have a good rest of your day. Thank you guys for chatting with me for so long. I appreciate it greatly. I always have a good time and we get to talk. And I'm sorry I didn't stream yesterday. I got lots of chores done though. So I hope you guys will stop by tomorrow. Thank you so much for all of the subs today, any follows, any raids, and have a good rest of your night. So bye. See you later. Bye-bye. Have a good time with Danny.